There it is. I see it. Hold on, just for instance, while we're here, welcome to Cognitive Rampage podcast, everybody. That's so I don't have to do an intro. All right, there, we're done.
All right.
That's it, man. I'm calling this. I'm calling this when Greg sends it to me. This is going to be the Goonies podcast.
Yeah, that's effective.
That's effective. Somebody's an animal trapper.
Yep.
That's effective. John, turn your camera on.
It's on, bro. I'm right here.
And tell the people around you to shut up.
Day. It's fucking goddamn Tiger King.
Yeah, it's loud in the background.
No, we're not talking about the show you're watching, bro. We're talking. You got to turn your computer camera on, man.
All right. Hold on.
10 minutes later.
Sean's new to this computer stuff.
Yeah.
These interwebs.
Dude, I'm like,
y'all use this internet thing?
Dude, I just convinced him to get on fucking Facebook. I just convinced him to get on Facebook.
know.
And it's not like you're muffled, too.
No, don't.
Hey, there's Dar.
Oh, look at there.
And Xavier. What's up, little dude? He can't hear us yet.
I'm fucking finishing.
There, now he's in.
Now Dar's in. Turn your camera sideways, Dar. Turn your phone sideways. There you go.
There it is. What's up, X?
What up,
Can't
X?
hear you.
What's up, nephew?
We can't hear you, Dar.
Can you say hi?
There he is.
Hey. Hey, everybody.
Is there a blank line still?
Cheers to you, Xavier.
Everybody.
Do we want to do a toast here? We have a toast.
Well,
Absolutely.
where's Sean at?
Still can't see Sean.
Right here.
Y'all drinking, man.
Sean?
I'm right here. Can you all see me for real or no?
No,
No.
we cannot see you.
Bro.
What? I got like 2 screens popped up.
But you should have like 5.
Internet shit. Is this better?
No, it's not
Yeah, it's
better
better.
at all.
It's the same thing it was.
Here.
It's better than looking at you, I guess.
I like put in the damn. I put in the shit.
And it sounds like you're
Oh,
being
dude.
muffled. So
Hey,
like,
y'all.
it sounds like Carol Baskins is killing you right now.
She covered
Hey,
you in
there's somebody
sardine
wants to
oil.
say hi to y'all. Hey, y'all, look. There's somebody wants to say hi.
Oh
Holy
my goodness, it's Cheryl.
Yeah.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hello. I'm at cameras.
Yeah, he's whatever he's doing, it's making it worse, not better. Dar's got a Blair Witch thing going on right now.
Yeah, right?
Huh?
And am I
You guys
supposed
see me for real?
Thank you for using
Rock.
headphones, Dar. I appreciate that. Headphones and a microphone help this very
Yes.
much. Sean,
Yeah, that and my son's virgin ears doesn't need
Yeah,
to hear
I
y'all's
figured that
mouth.
was going to happen.
there's Sean. Holy shit. Ah!
The water.
Am I here?
Oh, there he is.
Go ahead, finish reading and then I'll put you to
I
sleep.
am?
This is
What?
very fast.
I gotta be in.
Yeah, you're in. We
Oh,
see
there's,
you.
okay, I see everybody now. Is
I
this how
can't
this
see.
internet shit works?
Yeah, I don't see.
I see you, and you're drinking out of the bottle. I see that. Do you have headphones?
I got shit connected.
Do you have headphones?
I don't have headphones. I don't have headphones.
No kind of headphones.
I don't understand why you can see him. I still can't see him.
I can't either.
I can
See,
see
thank
him,
you,
but
I
I
got
got
Greg, Adam, Brent, and a giant beard.
Anyone listening to this
That's not a
podcast?
giant deer. That's a little deer.
That's
Oh, okay, sorry.
everyone listening to this podcast is going to be like, I can't understand a fucking thing anyone's saying.
That one's bigger.
Control.
I got no internet connection.
God damn dare.
Get
them
direct.
all. Shit.
This is my shit trying to connect. So I see
Sure.
everybody, but evidently you can't see me.
We
Well, I think
trying to do a
Sean-
podcast with adults here. This ain't bedtime and reading story time and shit in the background.
Hey, you guys can give me another 30 seconds, okay?
You don't even know how to read. Why are you bullshitting?
That's why he's letting X read.
Who do you think is learning here? Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
Go ahead.
They can't see
Yeah,
me.
one more page.
I see you,
I'm
Sean.
trying to connect. You can see me for real?
I see you, Sean.
Sean,
I can't see you.
Sean, we can see you, and I think the audio is coming through your computer, so you have to hang up your telephone and just use the audio through your computer.
Yeah, please hang up
Okay.
your
It creates like some back pain or whatever.
I'd like to apologize to everybody that listens to the Cognitive Rampage podcast right now for the clusterfuck of shit that's happening right now.
We were
This was
royally
similar to our-
screwing up your podcast.
This is similar to our childhood. Everything that's happening. Greg, of course, had all the technology ready to go. Brent was right behind him with it, set up, and Sean just causing a clusterfuck. Dar's late to the party, and Adam's just being an asshole.
Dar's late to the party and bringing children.
Right.
Hey, I saw another child a minute ago.
Yeah, you'll see mine in a minute.
Now we can't hear Sean. Sean, you got to turn your speakers on, bro. Just turn up those volumes.
I love watching people try to figure this shit out.
No, we still can't hear you, Sean.
What the
I don't
fuck?
think he can hear us either.
Nope.
He
Sean.
just-
Nope. We got nothing.
Over here.
Where you going?
Sign language. Sean.
Oh,
Hear you. Oh,
Uh-oh.
shit.
Look at that.
Oh, next
Oh,
level.
shit. Next level. Plug him in.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, he heard something. Still can't hear him, but he heard something.
We can't hear you at all, Sean. That's the mute button. I'm going to edit the shit out of this podcast.
Yeah, I imagine. You go get started early.
I'm going to have fucking 2 hours of editing.
no. You don't need any more. No. Absolutely not. Come on.
Absolutely not. You're such a dad.
Oh.
Absolutely
serious about
not. But, Dad, I want another one. Come on.
You know we all heard that a lot before.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
What I heard was, shut the fuck up, Adam.
Wham!
Oh, I'll drink
All
that.
right. All right. You want to tell everybody bye? Want to tell everybody bye? All right.
Fuck, big man.
What? Oh, you're silly. All right. Give me a second. Hey, come here.
Hey, Sean, have you joined the party yet, sir? Nope.
Nope, still nothing.
Have a good night.
Let me see if
No.
maybe there's something here.
Okay.
Sean, we don't hear you, buddy. It says connect an audio. You're going to have to adjust if you plugged in a microphone.
There's one of mine. Say hi, Kate.
Hey, one of yours?
That's a little one. That's Cade. That's Greg.
Oh,
This is Adam. You met Adam before. He's the only one
figured
of
it
these
out.
dudes you met.
I figured it out. I think.
Hey, I can hear Sean now.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, guys. There was a little technical difficulty.
All right, love you.
Sound good, too, man. Nice job.
There's the other one of mine.
Okay. What's up? They.
I feel like I'm the only intelligent one here that didn't have children.
I don't have children.
What?
Yeah.
That's right. Sean's
Yeah.
with me. That's right. Sean's
This
with
is
me.
Adam. You met Adam. He was at my jiu-jitsu competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And we put your dad on the radio. He was on E
Yeah,
ESPN.
I was on the radio afterwards on his show. This is Greg right here. He's my friend. All these guys are my friends for forever.
When we were
Yeah, that's
your
why his
age.
wall looks so funny. Yeah,
we were
I'm much
your
younger
age.
than him, man. We were 3 when we first started hanging out.
That's what's wrong with me.
Thank you.
Love you. Good night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you, me, and
Oh,
Sean started
shit.
at 3 years old.
So wait, you guys got Sean now? Because I don't see Sean at all.
Is your, probably because
Yeah,
you're
Yeah,
see,
he's
can
on
you hear
there
him?
for sure. He's there.
Hey, Dard, take your
Yeah, I
phone.
can see him now.
Swipe right. Swipe right on, if since you're on the phone, swipe right and you pull up the everybody.
Oh, there's. Well, I don't. Now I see Sean, but not anybody else.
Keep
What's
swiping.
up?
You just lost. You just turned your camera around. Oh, no, Greg's bent it down.
Now I
Hold
got
on,
a big
Mike.
picture.
Hold
Of
on a
Brent. That's
second.
too much.
This is the best beginning of a podcast.
All right, do you want to reboot your intro
Full of
now?
technical
Adam?
difficulties.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Start over again.
All right, so after edit of 10 minutes, welcome to Cognitive Rampage podcast. everybody, man.
Squirrel.
Jesus Christ.
Squirrel.
Ken. Welcome to the Rampage podcast, everybody. This is a special podcast for myself. All of my buddies that I grew up with, aka the Goonies, are all in one fucking room right now. Just to preface everybody, Greg Sims is in your top left corner since you're watching it on YouTube. The smartest man on the planet. We can't tell you what his job is.
Logistics.
I can't even spell logistics. The guy under him is your local wildlife trapper, our boy Brent Shiver with the deers on the wall. That's the man right there. Get the wild out. Call wild out if you need some extermination or some removal. Underneath myself, this is me, by the way. You know me. Underneath myself is my cousin Dar, a.k.a. Daryl Lowry, the Red Dog Chugger. Me and my
Got you, Dar. I got you, bro.
me and my cousin got stories,
All
man.
right.
He's now a very successful businessman doing his thing right now. I'm impressed. Not too many people can touch him on the golf course either. And below all of us down there at the bottom, my wild ass friend Sean.
Where he's always been.
Down there at the bottom, hanging out. Best chef on the planet, and Sean Zernis down there at the bottom. You have heard Sean Zernis on the Rambling Rampage podcast with he and I. Let me tell y'all, dude, have you ever watched the podcast with Sean and I?
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's two of them on YouTube called the Rambling Rampage. The first one, I'll tell you this, probably other than this one, I say this shit all the time. The funniest fucking podcast I ever did in my fucking life was that Psycho right there. And we did almost 3 or 4 hours in the back studio, dude. Wasted. Oh, I never laughed so fucking hard in my life. Then we tried a second one, and we drank an entire bottle of whiskey. We opened it at the beginning and finished it by the end, and we were speaking gibberish.
So alcohol is always a common thing in these, I assume?
No, intelligence.
I don't know about our last podcast, dude. We talked about farting for like 30, 45 minutes.
Dude, I got in trouble with my landlord's wife. Fucking was like, what are you doing on this shit? I'm gonna show Tapestry and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about poop and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was
ridiculous. We had nothing else. Yeah. Talking in the bathroom, cry shit.
It was bad.
Yeah, sorry guys. He didn't say it was cognitive. He said it was rambling. So there's no
Change the name of those just for you.
It is, yeah. It's the Rambling Rampage. It's where it's just my friend. And I put those on YouTube. I've had Allie on that podcast. Allie, y'all remember Allie from high school?
Yeah.
Which Allie?
Allie Whitson, big wild curly hair dude. Guy I sold out of the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Patricia before we started this podcast, and I was trying to describe all of you. Right, you know, all of you are actually in one of my fucking jokes, right? Every fucking
that's
one.
Where we belong.
Oh, I'm not gonna do the thing.
Well, you're looking at a bunch of jokes, so there you go.
I'm just glad none of us are dead. Statistically, one of us is supposed to be dead.
Oh God, don't say that.
Oh man. Oh, too soon.
Greg, you know statistics. I'm not fucking lying, right?
He said too soon. It's too early. It's not too soon.
On, bro.
Everyone knows it's me. Everyone knows I'm going first.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
It's good that young.
All of us except for Greg have taken a run at it. Maybe not Dar.
No.
I don't know, Greg. You've been in Iraq and shit on some craziness, right?
Yeah, I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan several times. Several times, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you've been close. You've been fucking with that death guy. Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to jump in the shelter when the sirens went off.
What? Tell me. What happened?
I think I was in Baghdad. So the job we had done at that time was to move the embassy, the U.S. embassy, from Saddam's palace, right? Because it was at Saddam's palace when we, last invaded, and move it to a new embassy compound that they built, and we built. We bulldozed Uday and Qusay's houses, I think, on the river, right, with Saddam's sons. And our job was to move all the people that worked at the embassy from Saddam's palace over to this new place. And so I was staying at a place called Camp Olympia down the street And yeah, like all of a sudden, sirens would go off, just wah, 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 and you'd go jump in the bunker, and for a few minutes, and then you go back out, get to work.
Fuck you.
Like,
Yeah.
I go
But I
back to
had a
work.
margarita. at
My
Saddam
man.
Hussein, pool.
Margarita. Always-
That was my proudest moment.
I imagine you earned that one.
Fuck you.
How do you top that?
It was the best margarita I ever had.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no shit. Holy shit. All right, who's following that shit?
I'm done.
Nope.
Go ahead and sign us off.
yeah.
There were sirens that were going down the road the other night, and I just walked outside.
Jump in the ditch or something, just like
Yeah, so what
That's
the
every
fuck?
night.
Yeah, I live about a football field from Dale Mabry, so I hear sirens
was-
every single night.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I jumped in the
All
shower.
joking aside, you caught a fish with your fucking pinky. I don't know if that tops that story though.
That's no, that doesn't top that story. All right, Sean,
No,
All right.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
tell the story, and then I'll say what I'm going to say.
It's being choppy right now, so I'm coming in from the helicopter, evidently from Channel 6. What was that again?
Tell the story of the fish you talked about, and then I'm going to say what I've never said.
I'm having technical difficulties right now. So, yes, my story.
The fish story that you just mentioned.
Uh-oh.
Hello? Oh, yes. Okay. I heard that. Where we at? Destin? St. George. And Adam sticks his fucking hand in the water, and he's like, I'm going to catch a fish. Winkles his fucking pinky and pulls up a goddamn fish. And I was like, what the fuck? And, yeah, that's some Indian shit right there.
I don't know. With his luck, he's lucky the fish didn't take
I
his
know.
finger.
I did. I was wiggling the pinky, and I reached in and grabbed the fish and pulled it out, and I did it a couple times.
Yeah, he did. He
Wow.
pulled it out, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? We're in St. George. You're not supposed to do that shit.
All right. Truth be told, Sean the fish was dead. I swear to God, the fish was dead. I grabbed it,
the first
and I
time you
put it
pulled
underwater, and I staged it.
Mind blown. Mind fucking blown. That ruins my fishtail.
How many years ago was that?
Some
you
fucking-
kept this con going the whole time?
Yeah, he did, evidently.
For years, Greg, for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
For fucking years, man.
Oh, that's too
You
bad.
wiggled that bitch around with your pinky and made it look like it was alive. You
I did.
cocksucker
I held
fuck.
it up and was like this.
So, did you throw it back? And it floated
Over
It's
away?
still going to be a
over.
story. No, I don't know what he did. I think he chewed the head off or did some crazy shit.
I did it
I don't know
over and
what he
over,
fucking
so it looked
did.
like I kept catching a new fish.
Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah,
His boys were like, "What the fuck, man?"
Let's try the index finger.
Oh,
Actually, that's pretty fucking creative now that I know what you just did. That was good. Fucking cuck
Dude.
fucker.
that was like 3
That's
fucking
crazy.
years, man.
Wow.
Oh, my fucking throat hurts.
Dude, remember
That was
crazy-
that was a long joke. Fuck.
And what a great
Yeah,
time.
I think you
That was
mastered the long
awesome.
con on that one. That was good.
Man, my whole
Please.
life's a long con,
was
Greg. I'm
beautiful.
good at this shit. Oh, fuck.
wow.
That's just fantastic.
You convinced him because he had that crooked pinky. That's why it worked, right?
I don't know if y'all gonna hear me laughing, but that was funny as shit. Yes, he had that goddamn hook finger.
That's what I told him.
He sold me. He sold me on that shit. That bitch was wiggling around like it was alive. I was sitting on the beach. I was like, this motherfucking Indian bitch over here caught a goddamn fish with a pinky. I can barely catch a fish off the shore.
Oh,
The
shit.
fuck?
What kind of fish?
Oh,
Other than
It
dead?
was it looked like a goddamn brim or something. I don't know
it
what
was
the
a
fuck
mullet,
it
man. It was a
He-
dead fucking mullet, man. That's what it was.
He
It was the bait.
He
didn't
stuck his
realize it
finger.
was
He's
the
like,
bait.
"You want to see something funny?" He picks his pinky up and he wiggles it around. He's like, "Watch this." Sticks his hand in there and he's like looking around like he's digging in his ass or something. He pulls it up. It's wiggling around. I was like, "What the fuck? Did he really pull a fish out of the water?" Jason, myself, James were like, "What the fuck is this?"
You know what the
Some
sad part
voodoo
is?
shit.
What?
How long ago did you tell him he did this?
3-4 years ago.
So he's been telling everybody he
Yep.
knows for the past 4 years. I have a friend, dude, who
Yeah.
has caught a fish with his pinky. Now, who do you know that do that? You know that could do that. Top that one with his pinky. I saw it.
Adam's a legend in fishing on fishing boats. Adam's a legend on fishing boats. I'll tell you that. I've been on plenty of charters, and I was like, "These motherfucker." I was like, "Just stick your pinky in the water. You might catch a fish."
Y'all wasted everybody's money.
Yeah, goddamn. They looked
Oh,
at,
and I
me
broke
like
it.
how. Yeah,
I couldn't help it. I had to break it right now. That's 3-4 years of a joke running, man. I'm like, I can't let this go on any further.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but the
Tear that
joke,
motherfucker
If
out.
if you guys go fishing from now on, he's gonna question every fish you catch. I mean, he can literally watch you reel it in from hook, unhook it, and be like,
is it alive?
"Who's in the water? Who's in the
I'm
water?"
gonna snatch that
4 days
bitch.
ago?
I'm gonna grab his line and look at it myself. I'm gonna inspect it and be like,
Who
"This
stand
bitch."
there, look on that shit.
That's too funny.
Oh, that's great, man. That's
Oh.
3-4 years of jokes, man. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I almost told you at your fucking wedding, and Patricia's like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
Might as well.
No, fuck, it was great. So the stand-up joke that I do with you all, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but every one of you are a character in this joke. I swear to God. And I kind of talk about who each of you are, etc. I give the tidbits of information. I give backstories a little bit. It's a long, drawn-out joke. But what I do is I take all the stupid shit that we all did, whether it was 2 of us or 5 of us or 3 of us. You know, we weren't all together in each one of them. But I combined them all into one day. And the name of the joke is called The First Day of 6th Grade Summer. And from the body we threw in the road, the pencil shavings we burned, the skull we put in the mailbox, like the body we threw out in the road, I combined all of that shit into one day, right?
Wow.
And I tell that whole story. And at the end of the story, Greg, you're kind of the punchline of the whole fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
all
have no
there.
idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how I describe you, Dar.
I know what he's
describe
talking
you
about.
as
It wasn't good.
Dar was always in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong cousin. I was that cousin. That's how I set you up. And I set Greg up to be this smart guy always. He fixed the TV in 7th grade, right? I staged it well. And long story short, you know what I mean? We're all swimming in a blood-filled pool in my backyard because we're covered in red paint and jumped in the pool. My mom's come home. It looks like we've murdered someone. And she asks us why there's police and crime tape across the street. Right. And so we walk back over there, right? Because I'm the guy that put the skull in the mailbox. Everyone knows this. I put the skull in the mailbox. It was me. All right. But I don't say that. And we've already burned this skull, right? That remember Chad? Chad is the guy that stole the skull.
Chad got the bad end of this one.
Chad was the guy we got Marlboro Reds from and who stole the 7th grade skull that we could burn.
Yep.
And we put it in the mailbox, and there's I mean, you embellish, right, on a joke, and there's crime scene and local news is everywhere, right? And all 5 of us go walking across the street dripping wet in our bathing suits in red, right? And we go over there, and they're all running around. They're filming the news crew and shit. They got the mailbox open with the skull they think's real human remains. Everybody's going around. We're looking there. My mom's next to me. And then the sheriff starts to do a live interview, right, on local news about the remains they found. And then Greg leans in the mailbox and he looks back at the sheriff and he goes, "Bone doesn't melt." And because of that line,
He got caught.
right. And the whole that's the punchline is Greg is the one that has to inform CSI and the sheriff and the local live on air. You know what I mean? And then the joke kind of winds up as like, and they left us home again for our 2nd day of 6th grade summer.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We
That
all
line, that was actually I actually said that. No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You said that.
Bone
That's
doesn't
just
melt.
it. But you're also the guy, because we had got weed. I obviously had procured us weed for the first time. We didn't know what to do, but you were the one that came up with, if you just wet and microwave newspaper, it can work as rolling paper.
Oh, really? I don't remember that, but that.
No, that was all
whatever.
my idea. In the joke, though, I have to set the precedent that you're the smart one.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we
It was
all
his idea. He told everybody else it was your idea.
right. But we rolled it up and smoked it, and then we had this idea to put a body in the road before the movie The Good Son, and I don't know if you remember who was with us when we did that, but we used the camouflage pants, my New Balance shoes, the red sweater, stuffed it with towels and newspaper.
Yeah.
And then we went up.
Yeah.
And then your garage had that window in it, so we were like standing on like a lawnmower or something, looking out this window.
Yes. To this day, I have never laughed harder in my fucking life.
Never, not even once. Just dying laughing because people will lock up the brakes and look, and then get mad, like toss it off the side or something like that.
Yeah,
we were laughing when you saw them police cars sitting out front though.
Remember the undercover guy? He was the redheaded dude, and he drove that maroon Ford Topaz, and that's who pulled up and got it. All
right, so that guy was the brother of my neighbor who lived right across the street from me.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why he rolled up. He's like, "Greg, what are you doing?" I was like, "Whoa."
I build up a whole story of how we got away with it and how we really got busted, but he let us go. Sean and I were the ones that have to go retrieve the bodies. So Sean, being the one who doesn't give a fuck, he was out the door pedaling down our street to cut over the dirt road already. I'm trying to catch up with him, and we roll up on, the idea was we'll just pedal up on him and be like, "Oh, look what we found." We don't.
Look what we found. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, that did not work.
Yeah, it's like a 10-minute fucking joke, man. It's like a 10-minute joke. I tell that whole fucking story, man.
Jesus Christ.
But I combined it all. Remember, we hit the red paint can with an axe, and the shit blew up everywhere. And then we tried to burn some pencil shavings, and Dar lost some eyebrows.
Oh, God.
Well, that was the time. Yeah, remember we took the gas can.
Notice how I'm rubbing
the
my
gas
eyebrow.
can, and we spelled "fuck" in the dirt, and then lit it on fire. Then burnt Dar's eyebrows off.
Well, Dar, you were leaning down there, and we were trying to get more gas out, and it wouldn't. And it goes in the can, and it goes, and Dar looks up with no eyebrows. I still cannot grow hair to this day on this area of my legs because it burned all my shit off too.
What the hell? I don't remember that.
I do.
Wait, I'm trying to look. Oh, I mean I remember that plain as day.
That's crazy because now I got two eyebrow stories because I've done that more than once.
You always were a slow learner.
Oh, listen to this. This is a great story because none of y'all were ever there, and I'm not sure why. But Adam, you may remember back. We had to have been. We couldn't have been 12, but I used to go to church with a guy named Clint, and he had built that big black potato gun. Remember that big black potato gun?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so check this story out. Okay, I know I'm going to take it for this one because this is fucking retarded. But anyways.
You want to pray first?
All right. So remember before they built all the houses back behind my parents' house, remember they had all the orange groves? We used to go back hunting back there.
They built
and all
Gold
that
Creek and shit, yeah.
Exactly. So
we hunted where your parents' house was before your parents' house was there, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm out in the back and I'm trying to shoot off this potato gun. Now, if everybody knows a potato gun, it's got the igniter that you use like on a grill, and then you take the back of it off. You spray the hairspray in it, put the potato in it, you hit the igniter, boom, it blows out. Well, anyway, so that's not happening. So I'm hitting the igniter, nothing. I've already got the hairspray in, so you can see where this is going, right? So I take the back of it off. I'm looking down the back of this thing like a jackass. Bam, I hit the igniter. All I see is blue flame. Okay, so I think now I'm running around the backyard. I can't be 12, maybe 13. I'm thinking my whole head's on fire. So what do you think? Stop, drop, roll. Right? So I'm getting my head, and I realize, my head's not on fire. So I go inside, look at myself, sure shit, no eyebrows. So that's twice. I don't remember the gas tank. But
I do.
I do. I think it was I think it was just a couple days before school, man. You went to school, no eyebrows.
Shit.
I won't. In my
played
head,
it.
there was a look. Dar, you looked. There was no gas. We were trying to get it out, and the fumes. Because my dad had that can where he had to like pull the thing back and
Yep.
drop it at the same time, and it went in the can. We were trying to burn pencil shavings or some shit. I don't know what it was, and it blew on the thing. And you looked up at me. This look.
I totally remember you without eyebrows. Like 100%.
See?
Wow.
I told, yeah.
All right.
My fish story don't sound so bad now, does it, Tori?
Well, if we wouldn't have told Dar he didn't have eyebrows for 4 years and then told him, then it would have been like a fish story.
Right. Dar didn't know for like 4 years, but he knew. Holy shit.
Goddamn
no,
majestic
see.
ass fucker.
He
You
never would have
hook-ass
gotten me with the fish story. I'd have been like, yeah, right. Throw the dead fish back.
I'm gonna just do this every time.
Dog, I was drinking and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. He's an Indian. You got to do some shit.
Yeah, you guys were up on shore. That's I plotted that shit well, man. Holy shit.
He was like Tom Hanks on Castaway. He was like, I got a fish. I was like, holy shit, he actually does. And it's like wiggling around. I asked Jason because he was closest to you. I was like, did he really have fish? He's like, yeah, he did. I was like, shit, fuck it. I believe it. Who the fuck else is going to find a dead fish floating in the water?
And come up with that shit. Only a sick fucker like, watch what I'm gonna do with this shit.
Hold my beer.
Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Dude, I didn't realize I will apologize to anybody. I did not realize how much of a fucking asshole I was. I had no idea.
No.
I didn't know, man.
No.
Dude, I was doing a live Facebook video, and do you guys remember Oscar, who moved in the area?
Yes.
The Spanish cat? Yeah, he was pretty friendly. It was close with you, I think, Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah. He randomly jumps on the Facebook Live I'm doing and goes, do you remember when you shot me with a BB gun?
Oh, I remember you doing it.
I remember you doing it.
Everybody who shot.
The problem is,
I'm sure remember
Dar
you.
used to get he gets used to get the short end of the stick on this, man. You don't remember hiding on your roof shooting this guy when he came over on his bike?
Me?
I shot a few people.
Yeah,
I don't
with a
remember.
BB gun.
Yeah, I shot
me?
the
Oh,
roofer,
yeah,
too.
you did. Well, you
Do
do
you
it
remember
back
Shot
then.
at me.
Jerry?
You may not have hit me.
Do you remember Jerry across the street, Adam?
Jerry Cool.
Remember when you
Very cool.
Yeah, oh,
well, there was
Jerry.
Jerry Cool, and then there was the
old
car
guy.
salesman.
Oh.
Yeah. You remember when you used to sit there like fucking the goddamn DC sniper and fucking shoot him? You don't remember,
Dude,
do you? Out of all your stories, you don't remember that shit, do you?
The construction workers across the street.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I used your gun, Dar, where you had shaved off the barrel and spray painted a couple colors with the thing. Yeah, I used your gun and
Construction
shot the
workers building
roofer.
houses. Through
Yeah.
that same window, Greg. That same side window.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
All right, so speaking of Dar's guns, you remember that air pistol you used to have, the CO2 powered pistol you used to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lifted that off of you. And,
So that's where it went.
but,
You still have it? That'll be
I
great.
know,
if you
no,
can
I
find
know.
it.
But there's a good story. There's a good
Now
story to
that
go
beats,
with it.
that beats the fish story.
I saw that shit 28 years ago, motherfucker.
There you go.
How can you even be mad now?
Wait, there's a good story to go with it. All
I
right,
got a
so
9mm, I'll trade you for that.
when we moved out of that house on East Harbor Court, and my dad and I moved to Westmere, I didn't have anything to do with it, so I just threw it in my backpack to move it, and I forgot it was there.
Oh, shit.
I took that gun to school for 2 weeks, and I opened it up in Spanish class one day and realized it was at the bottom of my backpack, and Spanish class was second period. So I had to go through all of the rest of the school day knowing that gun was in my backpack.
You're that guy. You're
and
that
not,
kid.
And not freak out about it
Wow.
until I could get home and get it out of there.
You're that kid.
Oh, I can see that too. I didn't even know he lifted my gun. He gets caught and he goes, "Oh, I got it from Dark."
20.
He's got his fingerprints on check.
Goddamn Lowry's.
I told you, cousin, in the wrong place at the wrong time, all the time.
Lowry.
Wouldn't be a Shriver. It's a Lowry.
Yeah, you know it's a fucking
Absolutely.
Lowry. Fuck. Yeah, then Dar just would have been like, that's Adam. And they're like, we believe that. We totally believe that. And I'd be like, it's Sean's. Like, no.
I got blamed for so much back in the day, believe it or not.
I took the blame for all of the bad shit y'all got into. All you had to do was be like, Adam did it. And your parents were like, I know Adam's a bad influence. You need to stop hanging out with that guy.
Well, that's true till Chad showed up.
Yeah, Chad got it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got the worst of it.
Yeah, Chad and Nick Martin. They took the blame for everything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have many memories. I don't have many memories of Nick Martin. He's jacked as fuck now. Have you seen him? He's out in Seattle. Yeah. He's like prison jacked. I just remember Dart kicking the shit out of him, like the Christmas Story movie. Like that's. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
You're talking about the end of the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
Garden that
wasn't
much.
Ditch Stadium. It was on the other ditch.
Right, the little ditch by Jerry's house.
The other ditch.
Yes.
Yeah, Dar didn't snap much, but when you called his sister a bad name, this motherfucker turned to the fucking Christmas Story motherfucker. And he's got Nick on the ground going, yeah, but motherfucker, maggot. Beating the shit out of him in that Eagles jersey.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
It was Eagles or Philadelphia Flyers, yeah.
Yeah, that's the motherfucker lived in them shits, man.
Yeah, he
Oh
did.
man.
I
He lives in like Washington now, doesn't he?
Seattle.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, he lives in Seattle.
Yeah.
You know who else is gotten jacked as hell?
Who?
Y'all remember Mike Singleton?
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Jonathan
Oh,
Singleton.
boy.
That's
Yes.
it.
He's legit jacked.
Dude.
Like
Jesus.
bodybuilder, swole cut, hardcore jacked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
That dude used to get beat up by
Everybody.
everybody.
Well, he
Can-
chased
I don't
him
know
off the bus
anybody.
2 or 3 times.
well,
Yeah.
I got a story for that
I'm
one.
gonna say Adam, didn't you? do
Oh,
that once?
you remember that?
I remember that story. I didn't pick on motherfuckers that much. Okay, we had our local bullies, and I'll bring those 3 names up in a minute. We had our local bullies for our ride home, but I didn't pick on people much. But John Singleton was a big dude then. He was like fucking 6'2",
Yeah, he was 6 foot in 6th grade.
big kid, man. And he started fucking my boy Greg on the fucking school bus. What he started doing.
Oh, that's a problem.
True.
Yep, he started fucking with Greg on the school bus, and Greg was gonna beat the shit out of him with his drumsticks and shit. But I was just like, I'm like, don't fuck with my boy. And I chased him off the bus at Prima Vista and followed him around a block or two, slapping the shit out of him just because I didn't think it was fucking nice. I feel bad about that because I didn't bully people. Well, maybe I did. I shot people, but like I didn't intentionally. I feel like I'm in court right now. I didn't intentionally fuck with people, but that he deserved it. But the 3 names, can you name our 3 fucking bullies who I fucking hated all 3 of them? Prima Vista, hanging out back of Tiger Minor Park. We'd ride our bikes home. I still know what they look like. I swear to God, if I see one of them, damn, I'll kick the shit out of them.
Damn.
Man.
I know all
Maybe
3
I
of
just
the
tried to.
names.
I think I've just tried to block that.
I know all 3 of the names. I don't forget, motherfuckers. I'm still
This has gotta be post when I left.
Brian Quigley.
Nope,
This is after
I didn't mind. Brian.
No, Quigley was never a problem for me.
They were neighborhood. They were Prima
I'm
Vista
just thinking of
neighborhood.
people who used to live back there.
Prima Vista
It was-
neighborhood.
I can't
The
remember
back-
who lived in Prima Vista besides
All 3 of
Leyland
them?
and Tim.
There were 3
All
of them.
3 of them in that
Yep.
neighborhood.
Richie Hillwig.
And behind Tiger Mine. Yes, that's one of the names.
He wasn't in Prima. Well, he was in those condos across the street.
Right.
Yeah,
Those
Well,
Lake
who-
Olympia
who-
condos.
Who named Richie?
me, Richie Hillwig.
Richie
Richie Hillwig.
Hillwig.
Yeah, Sean and I have a story for that one.
And then let's go look at that story.
That is a story that goes down in history.
Well, I want to go back to that story and hear it, but can we name the other 2?
I'm drawing a blank.
Was one of them that Nick kid?
Uh,
Not Nick
Jason
Martin.
Hall,
I
I
don't remember that
Jason
person.
Hall.
Jason Hall, and Leslie Coleman.
I remember the name Leslie Coleman, but I can't place
I
that
don't
face.
remember
Hall
his
and-
name, bro.
Jason Hall and Leslie Coleman are always together. Jason Hall was a little thin dude with bleach blonde hair, always in black, wallet chain dude. Hung out with Leslie Coleman. They were like this.
Leslie Coleman, I think is who I'm thinking of. When
Yeah.
I said
Were they
Nick.
older? Were they older than us?
They were a year ahead
They're
of
a year
us.
older than us.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Waiting for
Leslie
it to
was.
ride
I
the
remember
bike
Leslie
home.
well. I don't remember the other one.
Yeah. So tell me this Richie Hillwig story.
They got on the bus smelling like polo every day, trying to cover up their weed.
Yeah. That was. I remember
Yeah,
them
that's
bitches.
them.
I remember them some bitches. I hated them. So what's this Richie Hillwig story, Sean and
Oh,
Brent?
dude,
Oh,
you know, You know this story.
You-
We're losing
there's
Sean again. but-
No. Yeah. It was,
What happened?
It was a crazy story. A lot of destruction.
Oh,
You-
the house.
I lost internet connection. I don't know if y'all can hear.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got you
my
back.
bad.
Oh,
the
I remember
house.
the house.
So I have another story to go with that one. So
Holy
recently,
Holy about that story.
Hey, I don't know the story. I want to hear it. Don't just
well,
say, "Hey, I remember," and then stop.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Let me lead with this story, and then I'll let Sean tell the other story.
I need more whiskey.
We have, yeah, okay.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna refill too while you're gone.
Well, oh yeah. Let's
We'll
do
cut this part.
Oh, great! I'll sit here and look at myself.
I'm here, Dar.
All right. Well, let me scroll to that screen then. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
dude, it was a crazy fucking story. You really didn't know about that when
Which
Brent,
one?
Richie, and I, like, when we broke into that fucking house and destroyed it when we were
No, I
kids?
have no idea.
Oh my god. Oh my
I'm
god.
sure I probably heard about it. I just don't remember.
Yeah, dude.
What was it? A vacant house?
We destroyed it.
I'm back.
Yes.
Sorry about that. What I missed?
Oh, dude, your dad probably whipped your ass.
What I missed?
Oh, I will tell you here in a second.
What I missed?
It was fucking nuts.
All right, wait for Greg to come back. We'll make it.
Yeah, some of that good stuff.
Oh yeah, that is good stuff.
Oh, why am I even pouring in a glass?
Yeah, drink out of the bottle.
Woo! Here's what ails you. Why'd the camera rotate? That's weird. It rotated.
I can still only get 4 of you in the screen at a time.
Well,
Keep swiping.
you only need 4 of us. Just don't put you on the screen.
Welcome
I
back to the
can't
Cock
take
and Rampage
myself out.
podcast. Sorry for the ad break right there, but welcome back. We're brought to you by Rebel Yell Whiskey, some of the best Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey you can find. And getting back to the show. No, I'm sorry, dog. I was just fucking around.
I'm brought to you by
That's
Ezra
Jesus
Brooks
Christ.
whiskey because it's cheaper and I drink a lot of it.
What's everybody drinking?
Yeah, I got
Coke
like
Zero.
standard soda.
Coke Zero. Coke
I'm
Zero.
drinking mineral. I'm drinking spring water.
Spring water. No, you're not. You're drinking scotch, son of a bitch. I know how you drink.
Hey, is there a way that you can move the screens over so I can look at the 4 of you guys and take myself out? Because I
Keep
see
swiping.
me and it's
Swipe your screen until you find the way you like it.
it doesn't do that. It just stops. It's like it's
Swipe
got
the other
Sean
way.
all the way on one
Up
screen
at the
and then it's
top
got the
right
4.
corner. Hey, Dar, up at the top right corner, you can change the view. There's a thing that pops up when you go up.
Go to gallery view.
Yeah, but he's on the phone. It's not on the phone, Greg. He's got to be on a laptop.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the phone.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how to fix that.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, you got to be on a laptop. Then you can switch like the speaker view or the gallery view.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go back to set and setting. We were God knows how old. Richie Hillwig.
no, yeah. Before we get to that story,
All right, before.
it's the post story that will lead us into that story. And I'll let Sean take over from there. So shortly after I started my company and I hired the 4 employees that I have now, I decided we all needed to go out, have a good time. So we met in Winter Garden, and we went out downtown Winter Garden. We started at the ale house, the new ale house there. We had dinner there. And we went from there to downtown Winter Garden, but we took an Uber because we'd had some drinks. We didn't want to drive. So I ordered the Uber. I pulled up the map and I saw where the person was coming from, which was White Road, like Orlando Avenue. Like, well, that's pretty crazy. I waited till she got there. We all piled in. We'd had plenty of drinks at the ale house before we ever got downtown, but we all piled in, had a few drinks, and I told the lady, and I noticed you came from that White Road area. You know, or do you live over there? She says, yeah, I live on East Harbor Court. Like, you got to be kidding me. I grew up on East Harbor Court. I lived there for 20 years, whatever it was. I said, which house are you in? She said, well, when you turn on the street, we're the second house on the left.
Oh,
I
shit.
see where this is going.
Said, I broke into your house before.
Look at Brent with the bombs up. I stole your gun. I broke into your house. Who's the real criminal here? What the fuck?
It's always the quiet ones.
Right? I just shot people and ran them over with go-karts. Brent's like, I stole your gun for 28 years. I broke into your house 28 years ago.
was
God.
more than 28 years ago that I broke into her house. But I
With that gun.
I had been in this woman's house. I broke into her house with Sean, and I'll let him take over from there.
How'd that go down, Sean?
Well,
Sean was holding
let's
the gun.
see here. Well, first, Rich. No, it was in. Well,
gonna have to tell
Richie
the
came and
story.
was like, "Oh yeah, we got this. We got a place. We got a place to."
All right, hold on. Time out, Sean. You're breaking up. So Zoom
So
is
this-
have trouble when it has to zoom into other people's sound. Hold on, Sean. Time out.
This is how we got
He's frozen.
All right. So when Gar, you'll get stationary because you're making sound when you're walking around. Zoom doesn't know clip on. So then, all right, Sean.
Nah, he's still frozen.
All right.
He's ice age, bro.
He's where does Sean live? What part of the
Tallahassee.
state?
Look in Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. They don't have any good internets up here in Tallahassee.
I ain't
don't
got
have-
nothing.
They don't have anything good in Tallahassee.
We lost him.
We've lost him. Well, that's what happened, right? He left in 7th grade and moved to Tallahassee. We lost him.
That's a good point.
That's kind of what happened. You know? And then there was us 4.
That's it.
Sean left. And then we're like, what the fuck, man?
Okay. Well, I guess I can give you the story, but it's better if Sean tells it.
Well, I love
'Cause
how
I
you're
was-
real smooth not to
You
incriminate
got to pull
yourself.
that place up.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
try
y'all
not
do
to.
some fucked up shit. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so I wasn't there for the precursor, which was what Sean was fixing to tell you and trying to tell you was how we found out about this opportunity, if you want to call it that.
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Okay. Okay.
Let's,
Wait. This is why you lifted my gun for this job.
nah, dude, this was way before that.
Way before that.
Yeah,
Brent, you're a fucking criminal, man. You're using
This
words
was-
like opportunity. I am psycho evaluating you right now. This is some psychoanalysis going on. Now I know why you kill so many animals. I get it. I
Hey,
get it.
I don't
makes
kill
sense.
them. I relocate them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not the one on your fucking wall.
Or
Or that one on your fucking wall either. Goddamn psycho. That's what they do. They kill animals and shit. I've killed a few. Yeah, little gator
Oh,
too.
look at that.
Where are
Anyway.
all bones buried. Sean's back.
Hey, Sean. Nope, he's still frozen.
Sean's frozen. He's frozen like he's stoned as fuck.
What's up,
too.
guys? Sorry, yeah, whatever. Just talking some mad shit.
Sean, we know the whole story, man. That's fucked up, bro.
I can't believe you touched it.
I
Brent
came
was
clean.
telling
I told him what went down in the basement and that you touched.
Look at Sean's face right now.
Bro. Oh yeah, dude, like I didn't.
I didn't touch it. Right now, people listening to this podcast are like, fuck these guys. I don't even know what the fuck they might
It's
say.
so frozen right now.
All right, Sean,
It's so frozen right now. I don't even hear but like bits and pieces of shit.
did you really
Whatever,
touch it
fuck
or what? Is that why you knew Richie so well?
Oh yeah.
They were the same height.
All right, so what's the precursor? What's the precursor that you take the story over? Brent was being criminal about it and leaving out details on purpose.
He just said you presented him with opportunity.
Right.
They-
What happened?
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me in like real time or if it's
There we
like
go.
bits and pieces of like 20 minutes ago. Can you hear me? Thumbs up,
Yeah.
everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
one person. Thumbs up. Yes. Okay.
Well, I
there we
hope
go.
he didn't say
All
that
right,
20 minutes
so
ago.
where we left at the store? I was talking about I was playing with Richie. No.
Oh shit!
All right. Yeah, exactly. Catch that fish. Fuck it.
Oh,
Stuck
shit.
it in the hole. Got what I needed. It was wailing around. All right. So where did we leave off at?
Oh, I'm not even sure anymore.
I'm not editing any of this at all.
Just start from the beginning.
There was some kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, the
There-
best part of the story, we're in the house and we're all, remodeling, as we like to say, in the vandalism industry. But so, I mean, yeah, it was the three of us. We were all doing our thing. Do you remember when the cop actually came around?
I will never forget it.
It was the slide glass door, and I.
Why does it always go out on the good parts?
God, right? It's like, fuck, it's this
Okay.
squiggly line pull. You finally get a titty, and then you're not there yet, and then it changes. All right. Fucking age,
All right.
John.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna back it up. All right, so this house was empty. The folks that lived there from the time that I moved into that neighborhood for forever had moved out, and the next tenant hadn't moved in yet. They hadn't bought.
This
it
was
or
on
whatever.
your street, Brent? On your
Yeah,
street?
on my street at the next to the end. So if you're
I
leaving
don't
my
think they
house,
can hear me. I'm just fucking with them.
So the Jascott, I don't remember the Jascott's house.
No, they weren't on that street.
Well, it's Brent
Uh-uh.
Street.
Yeah, Brent Street. Jascott's were way in Claremont. They were on the other side. Remember the first
Oh, not Jascott's, the Shacklets.
Shacklet. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
they're-
across the street from them.
Shacklets. Okay, then it was the
Exactly.
Gabies that live across the
Jeff
street,
and
right?
Katie. Oh,
Did you talk the whole time, asshole, and you were just fucking around?
yep.
All right, we're owed that after a 3-year fish joke. All right.
I'm gonna wait 3 years to tell you that shit, bitch.
You and your sweaty balls. Now tell the fucking story, goddammit.
It's so broken now.
His
I just told the whole story.
his Tallahassee bandwidth isn't gonna let it happen.
Yeah, sir. Tell the
No.
story. So what happened? Preface the story. Come on.
Fuck 5G. I don't want COVID. No, I mean, okay. All right. So, yeah. So we're in there destroying the house, staircases, fucking banister, fucking chair railing, every fucking thing.
Oh,
We even
yeah.
took the fucking, you remember when weights used to be made out of cement and they had plastic coating over them? We were shattering that shit. We were down in the basement area. At least I figured it was a basement because it was like a 3-story house, like a lower area. Anyway, whatever. Sliding glass door at the gentleman, and I remember coming to the sliding glass door, and I was swinging a hammer and
All right, time to fuck out right now. It's time to fuck out. I'm sorry, I'm calling
they
it.
were coming up, and I licked at it, and they all let us down.
Tallahassee
My-
has ruined this story.
My internet's so fucked. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. Don't
John,
let
man,
me tell this.
I live in a place where there's only 400 people in this whole place, and I got better internet than Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, apparently.
This is
No,
amazing.
it's just where I'm at. Where I'm at right now has got shit internet connection. It's
Are there a
fucking
bunch of
backwards
people-
Tallahassee.
Is there a bunch of people in your house on the internet? Kick them off right now.
No, there's not.
All right, then. All right. So I'm gonna have to, until this shit comes in, Brent. You're gonna have to finish this for me because I don't. This,
All right.
Maybe I should put it
anticipation's
on my
killed us.
goddamn phone. My bad. Let's see here.
I'm hammered. My balls are sweaty. We got to keep it going.
So the house was empty. It was between owners.
You tell stories better anyway, Brent. Like, come on, you're like setting the scene and shit. It was a cold.
Yeah,
winter
man.
day.
You got to get right into it, right? So I'm guessing it was Richie, based on the way that Sean started the story, had figured out that all you had to do was push on the back doors and they would open. So we were probably like 8. We were really young. We were really young. So
We were young.
he's trying to tell you how old we were, but we can't hear him. So we pushed the doors open, and we were just like walking around the house at first. And we walked down to the basement like Sean was talking about. And which is weird because you don't have basements in Florida. And there was still stuff down there, like hammers and weights and stuff. Like they had moved out and left that stuff. So somebody, I couldn't tell you who, Sean might remember, maybe later he can tell you, decided to like pick one of those things up and throw it through the wall.
You're a fucking criminal, Brent. I love how you leave people's out. You're doing this well. I'm interviewing like a psychologist right now.
Oh, it was
know
you.
who it was. It could be him. Maybe Sean will snitch. I'm not snitching. It could have been anybody, really. We're not really sure. Maybe it did it by itself.
Once there was a hole in the wall, it was on. And we tore that house down. And I mean, we must have been in there for hours before. I mean, we were in there long enough that the cops drove by and literally heard us from the street and decided to, nobody called them. The cops heard us from the street and decided to stop and check out what was going on.
You're
and they came, yeah, dude. And they came around the back side of the house. That's what Sean was talking about. They came around the back side of the house to these exterior doors and came in with their guns drawn. We were, like I said, we're like second graders, third graders maybe. They came in with guns drawn, ready to like throw down, and it was 3 little kids. And they
and
put
Sean's
us all down.
dad's a cop.
Not a cop, dude. Not a cop. Sean's dad became the captain of the Florida State Patrol.
He was the guy in Florida.
He was the guy in Florida.
Oh, God. I use his name now if FHP pulls me over.
He was the cop in the whole state.
Wow.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Hey, I got another question. You said you were like in 3rd grade. What time was this?
It was less than. It was younger than. It had to be summertime.
Yeah,
we were.
So it's like we were in the middle of
grade summer.
Young
That's
as
what it was.
shit.
We were younger than 3rd grade. It was like it was 2nd, 1st grade. It was young. We were really young.
What the hell? Dude, we don't, Adam, we don't have any stories
awesome.
like that, bro. All we did was throw grapefruits through fucking.
Oh, wait.
No,
Adam, wait, hold on a second.
we didn't.
Adam
We didn't.
was-
Right. We were
We
fucking
were-
about it before about it was even a
Second
thing.
grade. 2nd grade.
Wait, hold on a second.
Oh
Adam
shit.
and I broke into Dar's house one time.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Hold up. Hold
You
up.
were on
hold up.
vacation. or
gonna say
something.
that.
Wait a minute.
We were
wait a
like
minute.
cruising up in your house, setting off the alarm
Greg.
and shit.
Oh shit!
has
The
to be
fish story
locked
don't
to
mean
break in it.
shit now.
A house has to be locked to break in it.
I don't know if you're going to say that.
That's a good point. Like, we kind of just cruised in.
Yeah, it was probably open already.
But I'm
Hey.
telling you, the alarm went off. I know this for a fact. You remember this?
I know one thing you didn't take while you were there.
His gun.
Okay, so
I was looking for it.
so why'd y'all break in my parents' house?
We just sitting there. I don't know what we did. What did we do? Like just like eat something out of the fridge or something? I don't
There
know.
ain't
what we
nothing
did.
in the fridge, man. Dar lived on Flintstone vitamins and frozen fries. That's what the fuck Dar was raised on. That's all there fucking was. Dar never had no fucking food, man. I go to his house. It was like, hey, I'm cooking some fries in the oven, and there's some Flintstone vitamins. That's it. That motherfucker had an 18-pound bag of Flintstone vitamins in a glass jar. You can handful them motherfuckers, and he had fries in the oven. That's just how it went. That's all it was.
My parents did everything after we moved out.
Yeah.
We moved out. They put in a pool. They put it
That's a smart way
in
to
a
do it.
basketball court.
And now they moved
Yeah.
4 states away.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Greg, you said that shit, man. We supposed to be quiet, man.
I mean,
We're
we
putting
did
it all
it like 3 times in one day. We must set off that alarm 3 times that one day.
Maybe
We're
I
on
am a bad
vacation somewhere. I have
influence.
no
I don't
idea.
know.
That
Statute
alarm
of
still has the
limitations.
same. That alarm has had the same code since we bought that house when I was in
Don't
2nd
say
grade.
it now.
no.
Don't say it now. Don't
Oh,
say it now.
It's somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
He said somebody's birthday.
The good thing is it's not linked to anything, so it probably just went off until it shut off.
we figured that shit out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. We were terrible.
like we
How was
do it,
not
but-
one of us dead? How was not one of us dead?
We're in, I mean, in
Brent and
long
I knew
term
where to do it. We did
incarceration.
it young. And that was it. Do it young.
Well,
Fuck it.
hey, young motherfucker, I did that up with Dar up into our 20s. What the fuck you're talking about?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Like, me and Dar did it up into our 20s.
Dude, we
Okay.
barely could pass a spelling bee, and we broke into a house and destroyed that shit.
God. Terrible kids.
It was way before any of us put on a Cubs jersey.
Yeah,
Yes.
was
Way
it?
before.
Yes.
That's even
yes.
worse. That's not better.
Dude, we
Dude, y'all-
we got out of
y'all-
Owls baseball practice,
Owls baseball practice.
Fucking owls.
and we went and we were like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go.
Dude, so did y'all's parents end up having to pay for that shit or something?
Yes.
Absolutely. I
Oh.
mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't have a job.
Absolutely not.
Adam, do you remember a portion where these two weren't allowed to come out for like a month or something?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. I remember
couldn't
when
sit down for a fucking month, let alone go outside. I looked like
no
one of
doubt.
them scared goats when my dad came around with a belt. I was like, oh shit! My body just went straight stiff. I don't even know if you.
And Brent, my mom thinks you're just some little angel for life. She's gonna be
You
so
ain't gotta-
disappointed.
You don't have to change that. She
everyone's
doesn't need to watch this.
I'm just-
your mom loves everyone and thinks everyone's an angel but me. So she thinks everyone's amazing.
She's mostly right.
See that sociopath shit coming out right there? God,
Oh,
what the fuck, man? What the fuck? How are we not dead?
Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
yeah.
I think I'm changing
that
the name of our podcast, The Lord of the Flies, instead of the fucking Goonies. I think I'm going there now.
Mm.
Lord of the
Fuck, man.
Flies.
Y'all remember fishing at Lake Olympic, right? That was our hangout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Remember?
one of us didn't get bit by a snake ever.
Trudging through the weeds.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I mean, swimming
Oh,
across
no.
the damn thing.
Yeah.
Adam,
No.
Adam and I went in the backside one time with his dad's spear gun trying to shoot his dad.
Dude,
Yeah.
talking about Richie Hillwig. Remember that styrofoam raft we built and swam
Gar,
across Deep Lake?
Gar, I can't believe you tried that shit. All
That
right,
was
so-
Richie.
No, that was you.
No,
blaming
Richie was
Richie.
just next to me on the damn raft.
Oh, all right. So to set this, I got to set the story for this. There was. Do you know the history of Deep Lake? Actually, why Deep Lake was created? All right. So I'm
Yeah.
referencing Stark Lake first, and then
No.
Deep Lake was created. Deep Lake was a man-made lake, right? Deep
Yep.
Lake was created. Stark Lake was. Oh fuck! This is not. I'm gonna get emails. Stark Lake. Oh man, this is bad. If you look up the Ocoee massacre, right, and you research that shit, at the end of that, oh fuck this, I'm gonna get bad emails.
We know. Just don't say it.
All right, so
Well-
people were put in Stark Lake, and then years later, they were gonna dredge up Stark Lake to find things that match bones, etc. Stuff. So Deep Lake was dug out to move that and move all of the evidence of people into another lake of Deep Lake. Deep Lake is man-made. That's the lake that you decided, Dar, to build a styrofoam boat and think that you could paddle your ass across the motherfucker
Yeah.
on a styrofoam boat, and you got halfway.
I was coming in touch with my Cuban side.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's not funny.
Now you're gonna get some emails.
I didn't say it. The Cuban said it, so let's fucking take it up with him.
Yeah, that's right. That makes it okay.
Oh fuck, that was funny as shit, man. And then you tried to, and you didn't make it.
We did make it. We went all the way across from the dock to the mansion, to Tom West Mansion, and then
guy
we came.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
and
guy
then
that
we
hit
we walked
chef.
back. Yeah, the cook, the guy who shit hit you with his
Fucking
car.
sounds like a Clue movie right now. Yeah, the chef who
Yeah.
hit our bike. Who was pedaling? Who was on the
They came
handlebar?
on the raft.
They came on the raft.
Came on the raft. It was the cook. On the
Yeah.
mansion.
Who was pedaling? My memory's fucked up, man. I've been way through
Pedaling.
too much head injury. Somebody was pedaling. Somebody was on the handlebars,
There's
and the
no
cook,
pedaling. We swam that bitch across like the people in Jaws after they blew up Jaws. And
no,
swam
when
back
the
to boat.
when the cook made the left and hit our bike.
Oh, that.
I don't know who was pedaling. Who was on the handlebars?
I think you
Oh,
were
are
on
you
your
talking
own
about
bike.
the minivan that hit Dar on the bike?
No, it hit Adam.
Yeah, I think.
Pull-
Well,
pulling
somebody
out
was
Tom
on the
West.
handlebars because I remember this. I don't know. Who knows? It's probably bullshit anyway. I was like, somebody put their backpack on the front of you because if you fall,
Adam?
yeah, it was that diamond thing, the Diamondback bike.
Yeah.
Diamondback,
That's mine.
yes.
That was
yeah.
well. I remember when I got one, I was trying to be cool as Brent. I thought I had a Diamondback bike. Brent always had the coolest toys. Don't front. Brent had the coolest shit, period.
I earned it, man. Every time I got an A, I got a toy.
Oh yeah,
Brent
you
had the
earned it.
coolest
Beating up
shit.
walls at fucking third grade.
Hey.
Also, if
That had
Brent,
nothing to do with my scholastics.
remember this. Yeah, no, and you, whenever you went on a school trip, if you got money, if you saved it, you got that back in return. If I remember
That's true.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
true.
You and your
That's-
good parents.
Economics. Yeah, dude, economics. I had to steal lunch money for my sisters and got blistered for that shit. Spankings
I was a
all
businessman.
the time. Oh, dude.
Oh,
Jeez.
you're a psycho, Brent. That's what you are. You're a fucking psycho.
When we moved from Harbor Court to Westmere, my dad would pay me $20 a week or a month to mow the yard. So I found some dude that would do it for 15. I paid him for 15, and I made $5 a month. I didn't do nothing. I was a
Nice.
contractor. Like I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's entrepreneurism at its finest.
Nice.
My dad didn't like it once he figured it out, though.
We were just
Yeah,
selling.
because you were probably like 20 years old when you moved to Westbury.
I was 17.
17.
17.
Dude, I remember going back in Westbury when they that basketball court they had back there until they shut it down.
And
Yeah,
that was still
everybody
there.
used to meet up back there. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there. It's just hard to get in there now because they think they're in Isleworth.
Oh, y'all
Yeah.
tripping. We had Paul Hearn Arena. What y'all talking about, man? That's where we
Oh
balled.
God.
We
Or
balled
Greg's
at the
driveway.
Hearn Arena.
Yeah.
Or Greg's driveway once in a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but he had the one
yeah.
attached to the roof where we just break shit. We miss and fuck shit up. Greg,
Yeah.
though, you had the Micro Machine collection of a millennia.
Yeah, I wish I still had it, actually.
Yeah, I bet.
I wish I still had those things. Can't find them.
You had the Micro Machine collection. Brent had the best WWE, WWF wrestlers and shit with the ring you could fuck with. And then Brian always be mad because we on the pool table downstairs playing Def Leppard and shit. You had the best. You had the best. Then
Dang,
Sean.
Brent, you had all that cool shit and you still needed my gun. God damn. I had one.
I didn't have a gun.
Thing. The gun. I had one thing.
Not when I was done with you didn't.
You certainly didn't have eyebrows, that's for sure. Twice. And then Sean got Nintendo and he had Contra and shit. He always had the cool fucking games with that shit. And then Dora had a potato gun. And I had an abusive family. That's kind of how that went down. That's
No.
That stung a little bit.
We had the tree house, the little tree house we tried building.
Dude,
You
the
don't remember the
tree.
tree house?
Oh,
Yes.
the caterpillar. I told that story like 2 days ago. Remember that caterpillar that stung me? We blew it up with the black cat firecracker in that treehouse. Y'all remember that? Yeah.
We blew up a lot of stuff with
Remember
firecrackers.
the homeless guy that was at the tree?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And his girlfriend.
I burned my
And his
arm
girl-
with a fucking milk shit.
Yeah.
The homeless guy was at the dock at Lake Olympia. Remember that guy stole my casting net? You remember this?
Yeah.
Stole my cast net. That crazy drunk guy. There's like a homeless dude who used to cruise down there.
Yeah, we
shit.
would meet up at the tree, and we had our little sections in the tree that we had built.
Yep.
And
Steve Denny.
yeah,
Remember Steve
fuck,
Denny?
fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's one that I'd like to get a hold of.
Me
Oh,
too.
boy.
I'm with you, Brent. Brent said that shit. You better watch out. He will murder you. Fucking watch out. Fuck that guy. I didn't like that guy. He came into our fucking territory and was gonna try to beat the hard ass.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
that guy. But we meet at the tree. I don't remember whose section it was that the homeless guy was at. It was the lower section in my memory where somebody had laid in a V in the tree. They'd laid the slats across, and they were sleeping there with the girl that had toilet paper on the fucking stick and shit when we all rolled up before school.
Yeah.
No?
Vaguely remember, yeah. And I
Tell
was
me
like,
if I'm
that
wrong,
is-
dude, because I've done a lot of drugs.
I know where you're talking about on the tree, but I don't
I
remember
feel
the
like
homeless guy.
I feel like
Oh, I remember the homeless. They were sleeping underneath the tree when we rolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I thought they were in the tree.
we didn't see them at first. They were laying on some kind of mattress or something, but they had their shoes off. And I was like, oh, shit, whose shoes are those sitting over there? And then we go to climb the tree, and we see them laying there.
Yeah,
and then
in
they
the
woke
tree.
up and just started walking away.
Yeah, in the tree, in that lower part of the section, right?
I don't think so. I think they were on the ground.
Fuck, I did too many mushrooms. I'm lost.
Yeah.
But I missed the tree, man. They fucked that shit up. We meet up at the tree. We bury the tools in the ground, put that plywood over it, and cover that shit up. Come back.
Yeah, we did a good job of that.
In that stream thing that was behind your house, Dar, that stream that ran for a
Yeah.
while, all tannic from the fucking cypress lumps and
That
shit.
shit's all freaking gone now.
Yeah,
For the
we,
longest
I'm sure.
time, we went back there and we thought there was some fucking seance going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure there
yeah.
We
was.
go
I forgot about
travel
that.
back
I'm
there
sure
and
there
we're like,
was back
it was
then.
probably
I'm
Brent's seance. I'm just being honest.
Might have been.
campground. It was probably bum.
Damn it, Sean, fix your shit.
Sean, you maybe should just call in from your phone.
What the fuck is
Like, call it what it is. You're
Right.
in Tallahassee.
Yeah,
It's
try your
less than
phone.
the rest of the state.
Try your
Just-
phone,
It's
Sean,
okay.
because Dar's phone is working great. Try your phone. This sucks without Sean throwing his sense in there. The
I don't
whiskey.
even know if y'all can hear me. Can you guys even hear me? I could barely even hear you.
Every once in a while,
Only,
yeah.
only when you say things like, "Can you hear me?" Then we can't hear you.
You have not entered any numbers.
You gotta
Oh,
hang
man.
this one up though, Sean. Greg, kick him out so he will when he gets back in with his phone.
Yeah, hold on a second. Hey, let me manage participants. Manage this guy for a minute.
Oh man. Dude, this is so fun, man. Walking through stories of the fucking memories you think you have. You know. I'm hammered. Sorry. You never done planning and then shit's not real.
Wait till we get to Crystal River.
Oh,
Mm.
fuck, man. There's so many stories, man. There's so
Oh,
many.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's what it's about, though, man. That means we had just an awesome childhood. That's what that means.
I have to ask. All right, and I'm seizing the moment to share stories that I've never shared before in public. All right, I'm sharing them right now. Why do you all look nervous? Why?
Whoa.
'Cause we're looking about who's about to get called out.
I'm not nervous for me. I'm nervous for you for right now.
Yeah, fucking probably. All right. So, do you remember at Jerry's house the lady in the red Ford Probe?
Yes.
Do you remember her?
Yeah.
And Sean, you have to hang up the other one.
Sean, turn off the computer.
Sean was probably gone by
Give me a second. Let me figure it out.
Mute everything, Greg. Mute everything till it does it together.
Yeah, I tried to mute him.
Damn it, Sean.
You know what it is? It's our output coming through.
Is it better?
Sean, mute your speakers.
Mute
I
something.
do have.
I apologize for those listening to the Cognitive Rampage podcast right now. We are working on these things to get it together. Otherwise, fuck you.
Hold on a second.
You
Let
400,000
me
people.
apologize. We're working with some technically inept.
And most of us are
Bastard.
hammered at this point. There you go, Sean. Are you in?
Yeah, I think I'm in. Am I better?
Yeah,
No.
you're just a long ways from the speaker.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not like echoing anybody.
Just
That
hang
better?
up the other thing.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I mean, I don't have anything else to hang up. I muted the speaker and I got my phone on.
Yeah, you're good.
baby.
Now you got it, bro. That's perfect.
Everyone listening all across the globe, or in every fucking country in this fucking world, and 400,000 subscribers. Everyone fucking applaud Sean right now at this moment, right now. Thank you. You've done it, sir. We love you. We love you. All right. So back to the lady in the Ford Probe. So
Sean was probably
her?
gone by then.
do you remember her jumping rope out front all the time, constantly?
Who couldn't?
Right. My boy. And she drove the red Ford Probe. She was married to a guy named Frank, and when he would beat her up, she would come to Jerry's house and hang out there. Well, I swear to God, on everything fucking holy in my life, every single detail of the story is absolutely true.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it
Like
won't matter.
that matters.
It won't matter. My girl's
I know it's past, but he's about to get really graphic here, and it's almost like he's thinking about it again.
All right.
So just be
So-
sure.
I noticed the Ford Probe across the street. I go to our family phone book in the drawer where you could flip to it, and I find Jerry's phone number because I didn't see Jerry's car in the fucking driveway, just the Ford Probe. So I gave it a ring. And she answers.
Yeah, address
And
book.
I'm like, dude, this is when I learned the most about women in this one fucking night. I swear to God. As a kid. So please don't email me. All right. I just said it. I just said it. I shit you not. Sean, I swear to God, I just said it. Oh God, I'm gonna get emails. I just said, I want to eat your pussy. That's all I said. I just said it.
That's a great opening line.
I just said it. And she goes, really? And I went, yeah, I'm across the street. And she's like, which window is yours? I'm like, the one farthest to the right. She comes out front, I swear to God, wearing the little peach fucking silk thing cut off at the ass, comes out front, leans over her car like, this window? I'm like, yeah, I see you. Long story short, this goes back and forth. I'm coming over. She runs inside. I'm coming over. She runs inside. I swear to God, Brent, you got to look like this is horse shit. I swear to God, this is the truth on everything holy in my fucking life. I swear to fucking God, everything I'm saying right now is 100% true. I'm not embellishing nothing. I swear to God. I go out the back door. Remember the bathroom door that we had in the house? I go out the bathroom door with the portable phone. I go around the side, and I'm losing signal, and I get her to run back inside real quick, and then I sprint across the street, and I hide behind Dan, the neighbor with the van, the gray Chrysler van. I hide behind his van. She runs outside, da-da-da. Long story short, I rush inside. She's like, oh, don't. And I just go at it. We fucking go at it. In the middle, between Jerry's couch and the fish tank. We go fucking at it, dude. Oh, my God. I swear to God. I was maybe 30 seconds in. I was a kid. It didn't last long, right? But and I get in. I swear to God. I swear to God, I was done quickly. And I walk out front, and I see my porch light come on the front yard. I went, oh fuck! I'm holding the portable phone. I'm sweaty. I'm in my boxers. I'm like, what the fuck? And I had the
portable phone's going bleep 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 too far away from the base.
My girlfriend at the time was Lulu, who lived in Puerto Rico.
Lulu.
I came out front and I saw the light come on. I hit the first thing that came to me, like, I'm fighting with Lulu and she wanted to talk. We just broke up, and that's why I'm walking around out here in the portable phone. My dad woke up because the Shacklett's dog was barking when I went around back. That's how fast I was, okay? So the dog barked. I rush, we bang, and I'm gone in like 30 seconds. I swear to God that happened. I swear to God that happened, man. That taught me so much about women, and the rest is I've been a whore ever since then because of that.
You earned it.
Great story.
Random.
Can you tell that story again, just slower this time?
That's
While Greg turned his camera off.
oh, it's fucked up, right?
Excuse me.
Set the mood a little bit. So there I was. There she was.
I had one takeaway from it because she had giant tits, and when I was
turn lights on a little bit,
right, when I was grabbing them, all I remember is her going, "Squeeze them harder." I swear to God, motherfuckers, I was making a fist. Like I couldn't squeeze any harder. I felt like a bitch. I'm like, that's all I got. I can't squeeze it any harder. I was probably fucking 14.
You were nervous as shit.
He's looking over at his wife like, my God, baby, I am sorry.
Yeah, that's how I lost my virginity.
What?
Yeah, I was 14. She was 36.
You stuck it. I thought you just gave her like cunnilingus.
No, I didn't. It was creepy, and that's when I learned. Now that's why I'm a terrible person now, because I learned. Sometimes all you do is just say the shit. That's a true
So
fucking story.
Patricia's like, "Here's my kiss," and you like rip them all off. You're like, "I'm giving you all I got."
I remember I was like, "Ugh!" And she's like, harder. I'm like, I got nothing. I got nothing. We were between Jerry's sectional couch and his fish tank, right on the floor, right there. Between his sectional couch and his fish tank. I'm a terrible person. I've never told that story out loud in public. I'm gonna get emails. Jesus Christ.
What was her relation to Jerry?
A friend? I don't fucking know. She was married to a guy named Frank who seemed to me to remind me of a mobster. And she would come there when he got abusive, and she would just hang out there. And she would jump rope in the front yard fucking with us. She knew what the fuck she was doing.
Oh, of course she did.
She knew. And I swear to God, I don't know what came over me, dude. I remember looking up Jerry's phone number in our little phone book that was this big in the drawer. And I dialed that number, and I just said, say it. Just fucking say it. I fucking said it, man. Oh,
What
my
have you got to
God.
lose?
Yeah. This is terrible. So, moving on.
This was before or after the skull in that same mailbox?
Before.
The first day of sixth grade.
No,
so
after.
After.
Yeah, after.
After, yeah. I was 14. I was 14.
Yeah, it would have had to have been after.
Yeah, some shit like that, dude. Yeah, that's a true fucking story. I swear to God. Brian, it got weird in the room right now. It got weird in the room.
Follow that up, man.
Yeah, that really happened. That's fucked up, man.
Do you remember her name?
Not a fucking chance. I don't know.
You still got that
fucking
book by
name.
chance? Did you still have that number there? Or
It was Jerry's number.
I'm just wondering. Not for me.
You pull that page on that phone book, and it's like in a damn shadow box. My first time.
Yeah, but that's how I lost it, man. That
Remember
was,
the girl that jumped rope?
It's fucking yellow pages.
yeah, that was it,
Oh.
man. I'm a terrible person.
You know what the sad part is you can always start that story with, hey, remember that girl that jumped rope? And I'll be like, yep.
Yep. But if that
Yep.
story is reversed, she's a rapist. You know what I mean? If
That's
that's
true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Otherwise,
Statutorily.
right, it's like that a boy, you did it. If
Yeah.
it's reversed, it's like lock him up.
You know, the fucked up thing is you probably could have told your dad the truth and he would have went like, yeah, right, son.
He'd have been
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
that a boy,
Yeah.
that a
No,
boy.
100%. For
He'd have
sure.
been like, yeah, right, son. Get your ass in the house.
Like,
And I'm like, Dad, I'm telling you the truth. I just literally that girl. That was me.
I did.
Like,
Don't be
son.
mad. I remember telling my brother, and my brother knew her, and he was kind of a pimp at the time, man. He was a player. He was like, no, you didn't. I was like, I did. I swear to God, I did. I know you were trying to get there, but I just asked the question.
Opportunity.
That taught me so much. That was
Opportunity.
yeah. It was bad because the rest of my life that set the precedent for
That's what opportunities do.
And how do I not have children?
But you
That's
know
a
what?
good question.
Yeah, come on.
He would know by now.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
don't know.
trust me. They'd have been like, he put out a book,
No, yeah.
motherfucker. He got a
Yeah, that's
podcast.
right.
I'm calling this
Yeah,
motherfucker
he
right
would
now.
know.
I'm calling. Not happening. Not fucking
Hmm.
happening. Jesus, man. The walk. Come on, more memory lane, fuckers. I'm wasted. Let's go. What do we got?
I don't know. We can't top that story, man. I mean, geez.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
We moved forward from margaritas and Saddam Hussein's mansion, so we can move forward from this.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm sorry. Banging the fucking 36-year-old across the street has nothing to do with Baghdad and missiles and shit.
That's
That
not even
totally
close.
That totally fucking wins. There's other stories, darn, I can't tell because of statute of limitations online, and some choice things we've done, but we can't tell those stories here.
Yeah,
Sure you can.
You mean the statute hasn't run out yet?
Yep.
Ah,
Mhm.
all right.
Hunter's Creek.
can tell
I'll
it.
give Dar 3 words and watch his reaction. Christie's house, Hunter's Creek, red VW bug, front yard, curtain over the window.
Oh, hold on.
And that
Hunter's
similar
Creek.
sound. And that similar sound right there. That similar sound right there. Not Hunter's Creek. It was more South Chase. Christie's house, your backyard. Some things go down. Red VW bug, front yard, curtain, me.
I'm just gonna say one thing and let's see if I'm right.
Mhm.
He got a machine gun.
That's probably
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh yeah. No, that wasn't a good night.
Yeah, we can leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did have a machine gun. That he did.
That kid, that poor kid, he thought it was over that night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I drove from Claremont. What a thing. Yeah.
No, we were living in Ocoee
Mm.
at those apartments across from
Of Vizcaya.
Walmart.
that one. Yeah.
Vizcaya.
Yeah.
Yep. Moving forward with that one.
Yeah.
All right. Brent, I know you got some psycho shit you've been doing, you fucking nut.
Well, we got to save some of these for off-air commentary when we're together.
Yeah. Do you think a lawyer can put together what we just talked about, Dar? Or should we be worried? I'm worried about going public with that one.
No.
As long as you weren't the ones with a machine gun at this point in history, you're probably okay.
Not in the ending.
Yeah. So, yeah. If I stole your machine gun,
No.
then you're probably okay.
Let's just put it this way. Some other kids made a very, very poor choice
Mhm.
and they almost paid for it.
right.
And there was a probably very, very short period of time of that same night where they about thought they were just about to pay for it, and they got lucky.
That's the first time I saw a guy push his girlfriend in front of some possible fire that would be coming. And what a bitch. He was like, I threw her out. I was like, well, all right.
We'd have a real problem then. That's bad.
Yeah.
Crystal River. All that can come out.
We'll share that then. I have a couple other stories I definitely won't share right now.
Yeah, you and me both.
So what are we going to do? Are we going, like, do you notice when I text you fuckers back after that long text, there's like 10 things we're doing. We're going to camp in Virginia. We're going to fucking rendezvous in North Carolina. We're going to go gag some grouper. We're doing a lot of shit.
All in a weekend.
And robbing a casino. And robbing
this guy.
You know,
And rob a casino. Ocoy 6.
Yeah, I like
that would
those
just be
things.
the
Sean, pay attention.
frosting on the cake there.
So what's first?
I'm paying attention.
Is it the
All
North
right.
Carolina house? Is it Virginia? Is it Crystal River? Is it fucking grouper gagging? What are we doing?
Well, I think some of it has to do with where this virus takes us. I mean, we can't do anything until this thing settles down. But once it does, the easiest thing for most of us, everybody but Greg, is local. So, and Greg's got some decent mobility, so he can come down here and meet us wherever. It doesn't have to be Crystal River. That's just one place.
Have you done the
I thought of,
logistics, Greg? Have you done the logistics on this?
I can do them anywhere in the world.
He can do logistics like that. He is a pro.
Anywhere. It's like Dar.
So, I mean, my thought was that's one spot that's kind of I still don't know what Sean said. I can't still. But I mean,
You're muffled, bro. You're muffled, bro.
Can you hear me?
we can
Can
hear
you
you
hear
if you speak clearly.
I'm speaking clearly. I don't think you guys
Yes.
can.
Are you using the computer and the phone, Sean?
No.
He's
Same thing as
That's a
earlier.
yes. He's using the speaker on the phone and the video on the computer.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Correct.
What?
But in any event,
Yeah.
Crystal River is a spot that's like 3 ways between Sean and me and you and Dar and Leyland, for that matter.
Yeah.
It's like partially between all of us. And Greg can fly to any of those cities and ride in with any of us. And it's just kind of a central spot where we can meet. Plenty of fishing opportunities, freshwater and saltwater.
Where do you stay there?
do.
Anytime I'm in Crystal River, I've always hunted at Ross Hammock Ranch. That's usually where I
I don't have a spot. I usually drive back and forth. So, but
Ross
I mean, if we're gonna go
Hammock
stay there,
is fucking
Right.
killer, man. My buddy owns that place. Have you seen that Hunt Good, Fishing Good? It's like a stick figure logo and shit. Hunting's good, fishing's good. You seen that?
it doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. But Ross Hammock, the Ross Hammock Ranch, RHR Ranch in Inverness. It's in Inverness, right there by Crystal River.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that fucking place. It's a gorgeous place, man. There's 4 different cabins to choose from, the big one or the one out in the woods, man. If we met up there, I'm down. I also like Dar's idea of the North Carolina trip, man.
I do too. And Virginia. I mean, I'd love to go up to the Greg spot in Virginia. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
solid.
gonna bring a climber and like hook it up to a tree and see what I can kill while I'm there. But,
There's a few of those out there walking around that we
John,
let pass.
you're a terrible background right now, Sean. You're talking to people. People are coming through.
mute your phone.
Mute your phone if you're talking to those around you. I miss Sean now in this fucking show. I miss him right now. I do. I terribly miss him right now.
We're trying to fix the internet connection, guys. I'm sorry. I don't even know if you hear me right now.
He was clear. He was clear. Save God. He was in. Jesus, Lord, help you. It was clear. Holy shit. Coming in loud and clear from Tallahassee. Shit. Or, I mean, you got 65 acres, Greg. Are you serious right now?
Yeah. It's nice. There's two clear right here that the house sits on, and then we got access to, you know, everything else. And we raise, I raise chickens for eggs. I do meat chickens for meat all year. Then I do turkeys going up to Thanksgiving, and we hunt. So, you know, and turkey season, wild turkey season opens on Saturday, which I'm excited about. But we, yeah, I mean, we get all of our meat that we either raise, trade for, or hunt right here in beautiful Gold Vein, Virginia.
I like it.
Fucking somebody that works for the CIA right now doing that shit.
Hey, you can't say that. Don't say that.
What is something that I don't know right now, man? I'm fucked. We're all dead. Fuck, man. Fuck.
You gotta be dead to say that shit again.
You mentioned that agency one more time.
Damn, Greg, dog. I'm sorry, man.
You can't talk about it.
You taught me how to play one thing on the drums, Greg. Do you remember?
Metallica.
I'm sure, yeah.
To this fucking day, I still fucking beatbox the shit with my hands. I tried to teach Patricia how to do it the other day. I set up like pots and pans and shit. And I try to, you taught me the Nirvana song from the Unplugged shit where it's like,
yeah.
I can still do that shit today that you taught my ass back in the day.
That's great.
You still
I have an electronic set down in the basement, and I don't play as much as I should.
Oh man,
you're a fucking beast, bro. You're a beast. You can wail, man.
You were next level, brother.
I was okay.
No, you were good.
There were guys that were just crushing it.
There's always going to be somebody better. That you are.
I mean, they were just crushing it.
You were good,
artist.
man.
I'm never that good. You turned me on to the Primus drummer.
Oh yeah, Herb. Yeah, the guy. What's his last name? I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, you put me on him, and there's a something trio. One of my favorite fucking jazz. It's on the. I'm a huge Chet Baker fan, and on the Chet Baker channel, that trio that you sent me or showed me a long time ago, something trio, pops up every once in a while and plays a fucking song that I remember you jamming to. I was like, holy shit, man, I love that stuff.
Oh man, I can't remember it at the moment, but some of that stuff's pretty cool.
So how did we positively influence each other, all right? Rather than how we broke houses and broke each other and fucking did shit, then how did anyone here help each other? Look how quiet that shit went, motherfucker. My had nothing to say. I ain't got nothing.
Who's actually the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
January 14th, 81.
I'm the only 80 birthday in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old motherfucker held his dad's back. Psycho fuck.
So here's the thing. By that time, my mom had passed away for 3 years, and I kind of changed course in life. So, and Sean had left, and I didn't see y'all much by then. Really, I mean, most of our memories were created by the time I was 14 or so. And once Sean left, my mom passed away. I didn't see any of the rest of y'all very much.
We kind of almost broke away then, really.
Yeah, kind of
high school.
Yeah.
Kind of went into a shell.
It was probably roughly like going into high school, right? Where everybody just kind of splintered a little bit.
We hit 9th grade, and Greg, you went hardcore in the music and
exactly
died and fell in love with Cheryl, and you were gone. And Brent, where'd you go, Brent?
I went to Neverland, brother. I mean, I was in a bad way for almost a decade.
I'm sorry I wasn't there for you through that shit, man.
No, man, it's good. I wasn't there for you either, man. You were going through your own thing and your abusive household and whatever, and I should have been there for you. So, I mean, it's, things happen, and we were too young at the time to figure out what was going on.
That's exactly what it is.
And try to really, really absorb all that, and it would have been all different if we would have had today's like mental capacity, cognitive capacity, right? At that age, we'd have been in a whole different place. But because we didn't, and because of what we all went through, we went through some bad spots, man. And some of us went through some really bad. You want to talk about stuff that we should have died? I mean, like I said, wait till we get to Crystal River, brother. I mean,
Yeah, we've been through it, man. I mean, just looking at the group here, I'm sorry. I'll touch on some stuff, and I'm sorry if I don't mean to. Greg, your life was always hidden. I know what I know from a distance, right? It's not like Greg's home life was perfect either, and he hid that shit very well.
No, yeah, for sure.
As well as I hid that shit.
Yep.
And
Yeah, well, you hit it the best.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Some of you guys saw that shit, man. And
we knew it was happening.
We all had our own demons in our own ways. And I think Dara, demons with you that I think never really got discussed, man, is there was such a big family that you were a part of, with both your sisters, demanding so much attention. I don't think at the time, maybe because you didn't get paid attention to a lot for what you were doing. You disappeared in the golf world, like hardcore. From what I remember, after 9th and 10th grade, you played football with us and stuff for a while, and then 9th and 10th grade.
I could never. Football was never my thing, man. I remember I really wanted to play baseball, and then that whole thing really took a toll on me. Remember, West Orange never had a freshman baseball team. It was always JV. Yeah. So it was tough for me to go out there my first tryout, and try out for third base. And in my mind, who knows? We were young. In my mind, I felt like I was better than the guy that made the team, And then you go in there and they give you the whole Michael Jordan speech, Well, Michael Jordan didn't. I'm like, come on, dude. How many All-Stars were on that damn team?
I felt the same way when Pepe kept starting in front of me.
Exactly. And then exactly. You know what I mean? You're like, why the hell is this? Why is this happening? This is retarded. So when I knew baseball was pretty much over, I knew football was out. So, and I was already starting to play golf and getting decent at it. So I said, you know what? I don't have to put on this stupid uniform every day, go out there and get my head kicked by these fat defensive linemen. What the hell am I doing? This is retarded. I just didn't enjoy it.
It was a solo
football.
Sport.
It wasn't fun anymore after Pop Warner. It became more like a job.
Yeah, and you kind of went that way. You went into the golf world and kind of dipped that way. Sean was up in Tallahassee being a gangster. Look at that smirk. Look at that smirk on that pretty ass face. That's true, man. You went up to be a fucking gangster. I was wrapped up in football and shit like that, man. And the only thing that mattered in my life, and I was thinking about this, man, before we got live. I didn't know how I wanted to bring this up. I was standing in the shower, kind of naked, touching myself, thinking about,
I appreciate it when you think about me while you're doing things like that. That makes my day.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but and all jokes aside, I was really trying to think about how I could bring up, our lives and those of us that came from divorced families, abusive families, those that lost families, right? That split up, moving families, right? That move and you have to relocate. Because I couldn't imagine being you either, Sean, where all these funny stories that we've been laughing and joking about for all these years, and you had to uproot, you know what I mean, and start a whole new life over.
Behind.
Yeah.
To be honest, man, we've been the same since I left. To be honest, it was different, man. You had to really identify. For the first 3 to 5 years of my life, I was in constant fights, and it's not because like being a badass or anything along those lines. It's just like I didn't identify with nobody, and I didn't take shit from anybody, because when you come from a big city, at least perspective-wise, you come from a big city and you come here. And like when people look at you wrong and like, just smirking and stuff. And I never rode a fucking bus. I used to ride in my bike to fucking school. And then like when shit was like, I didn't take anything from anybody, and I was small, but I didn't give a fuck. I was a bullfighter, dude. I didn't give a shit. But like I said, it was different. I had family and friends, and everything that I knew was left behind. And, I had a choice. My mother actually said, like, do you want to stay back in Orlando? We can find one of your friends, maybe we can talk to them about staying home with them, or you can come with us. And then my dad was like, no, we're not going to leave him behind. So, I mean, I was, to be honest, and I don't want it to sound crazy, but, I had a really good tight family and stuff like that, but being the firstborn, it's always, turbulent. You're the first to get, your ass whipped a lot, or, you go through the things, and then like you're the first trial run. So, but anyway, yes, to answer your question along about, tangent, yeah, everything was left behind. So it took quite a while for me to establish. And then ever since then, it was just like a city mentality. But, I love the woods. I love everything about the woods and country shit, but I'm not like in the country, to be honest. But, despite my shit internet connection right now, yeah, I mean, it's just, I love Orlando. That's why I always come back. I always try to seek out friends and be back there, because my heart's where my heart's always been there. That's what I was born and raised. I still to this day, they ask me where you're from. I'm like, well, I was born and raised in Orlando, but I lived in Tallahassee most of my life, over half my life. But, that's just not what I identify with. That's just not who I am. So anyway.
And the fact that you're sharing it, man, and you guys remember Sean's adopted, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you take all 5 of us, Sean's adopted, and, we became his family as a young age, and our boy just kind of has to dip out. Dad's got to get a promotion. That shit happens, and he goes through that shit. And, and Brent loses his fucking mom, man. I couldn't imagine, my mom, I love her more than fucking anything on the planet, And I feel bad I wasn't there for that, and I lost touch with Sean. And Greg, you and I spent a lot of time kind of solo, just fucking chilling a lot. You were closest. I spent more nights at Sean's house. Probably all 3 of you, maybe all 4 of you's house. I wanted to be anywhere but home. I was like, can I please stay the night at Dar's house? Can I please stay the night at Sean's, Greg's? I just don't want to be home.
I wish you'd have told us that, man. You could have stayed at our house every night. But it is what it is at this point.
It was rough, man.
There was a few times. I definitely remember there were a few times I came in either on right before on the ass end of it, but especially like when, there was a few times where I could definitely feel the turbulence in the household. But all I want to do is play football, baseball, basketball, whatever the fuck. We all like being 80s kids. That's what you did. You were outside. Like you were inside playing Nintendo and Atari when it was raining, or there was nothing else fucking to do. You took your ass whipping, like you want to be grounded, take your ass whipping. Let me take my ass whipping so I can go back outside and play. Nowadays, kids don't even want to fucking go outside. Like that's a punishment. Like, oh God, you're taking away my electronics and shit. They don't know what socializing is. Fuck, dude. Like the kids that work for me, like I have to get them off the fucking phone to like sweep the fucking floor, and it's shit. And then you got to congratulate them like, oh, I want a raise. I've been here for like 5 months. I've been here. And I'm like, no, it's performance. But anyway, that's anyway.
Don't get in the trucking industry, brother. Good God. I watch over a bunch of children.
Yeah, we were right time, man.
I'll never have kids. Unfortunately, I'll never have kids. I love kids. I love family. I love all of that. But segue to kind of segue. No, really to segue. I was saying, like, I don't have blood. I'll never know blood, but the first thing I grew up with and
you got blood.
Is blood.
You got blood. Don't ever say that again. I know for sure. I know for sure that you, me, and Adam have exchanged blood. I know.
Yeah, well, yeah, we did that.
You got blood.
No, yeah. Yeah, well, this is more tight niched, and there's been more stories talked about my life in Orlando than it has been in Tallahassee. Here it was just, you breathe the air that you're around, you make a paycheck, you do what you got to do, you find what you love, and you survive. But, I'm a natural rambler, man. Like I've never been content and happy with where I'm at. I want to travel. I want to do the things that I'm doing. I want to be around the people that I grew up with and loved. The natural identity, it's just, especially now, 2020 has been fucking crazy.
How fucking lucky we all are that the fact that all of us right here that can come together. I don't care what platform, Zoom, however it is, that all of us right here, man, can still be here to talk about each other, to share the stories, to laugh, to look back and say, oh, shit, I stole your shit. I'm just lying. Remember, we broke that. And the fact that we can do this is probably it. Oh, man. it's probably the best part about my life, man. Other than the people that love me, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, dog, like I don't I feel so grateful that I can do this with y'all. You know what I mean? Even though I know I was a fucking asshole. I know I was a fucking prick. I was a terrible cousin. You know, I did bad shit, man. And above all that, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that we can still do this, that all of us can talk and share these stories. I can see my boy Greg, man. Like I love that motherfucker, man. And Brent and my cousin Dar and Sean, man. Like we are so lucky to have this group to be able to come together and talk and share the stories that this puts us so far. Nothing else matters. Being adopted, being abused, being left behind, being ignored. You know, our fathers that didn't do shit, or our moms that aren't there for us or couldn't be, right. All of that, you know, are terrible things. Yeah, but the fact that we can still do this as a group, bruh, this puts us light years ahead of most people on this motherfucking planet, y'all. And
No
I will
doubt.
cheer for that shit with y'all motherfuckers, man.
I'd
I
love
swear
to
to
do the
God, I
same, but
will.
I'm empty.
Oh, shit, you got to pour another one, man. My lovely lady brought me another one while we was sitting here.
Mine went to bed.
I mean, seriously, man. Like our lives are so individually unique, corrupt, and fucked up in their own fucking ways, man, that it's like, you know, you motherfuckers may have inspired me, man. I've been taking this time about thinking about writing again and putting out a third book. And I think maybe this story, talking to all you guys, you know, I want to know more of Dar's stories, you know, and how you felt, cuz, about a lot of things that went through in our lives, and as you got older, and Brent, and what happened with yourself as you got older, you know, and Sean and Greg too, man. Like I apologize to all of you if I did something so terrible that I don't remember, or if I forgot, or if I wasn't coming back to say hello in certain times through high school or whatever that was, man. I hope you accept my apology for being a fucking asshole and a prick in the back in the day, or forgetting you guys or talking about it. But there's a part of me, man, that there's like something to write about here. I don't know what it is, and maybe I'll find it if I sit down and start writing. But you know, there's something to write about here, man, with all y'all, man.
Got a lot to go back on.
Yeah, man. You should never apologize. We all grew up. We had our own things. We all did what we had to do. It's part of being human, man. I mean, I mean, to be honest, it's a human side of someone to be a certain way. No one hates you. No one that did. Everyone in this, obviously in this circle, loved each other. We grew up. You know, that's memories. That's something that no one could ever take that away from anybody. These are the things. These are the memories.
I can look at all of you. I can look at all of you and think of one thing that I feel bad for, at least with every one of you. When I look at you guys,
all this thing.
You can do that with anybody.
Yeah,
that's part of
You
being
can look at anybody and say, I can remember one thing.
I think all six of us can remember that.
Yeah, but fuck other people. I don't love them like I love you fucks. You know what I mean? Fuck other people. They deserve it.
Fuck it. You know, that's why we're all here sitting in the fucking boxes in my broken ass fucking internet connection and shit. I don't even know what the fuck half the time you can hear me. But no, seriously. I mean, for me, I'll speak for myself at least, but I'm pretty sure the gentleman in the room is going to say the same thing. But what the fuck, dude? That's part of growing up. I wouldn't trade shit for the memories that I have being in Orlando.
I trade my daddy for yours. I trade my daddy for yours. You can take my daddy. I'll take your daddy.
Fuck, dude.
Let's trade daddies, John. Let's trade daddies, motherfucker. You can take mine. Let's trade daddies.
Yeah, I mean that's not fair. But you know, the point is, we all do the best with what we got, right? And I think we've all done that, or we wouldn't all be here to have this conversation.
I'm proud of all of you motherfuckers, man. Like all of you motherfuckers. Greg, I knew you'd be there. You logistic,
yeah, no doubt.
Like I knew that was coming.
Connecticut's.
Nah, I'm not doing anything that cool, man. It's just work, like any other work.
Dude, come on. You married your fucking middle school sweetheart. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I did. That was cool.
You married my kindergarten girlfriend. You know that?
Wait, she was my kindergarten girlfriend. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. She was my kindergarten girlfriend. Jamie Jones was your kindergarten girlfriend.
She was.
Cheryl was mine.
Did you know Jamie Jones did a porn?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna leave out what kind as well.
That's
God.
appreciated because I don't know the answer to that.
I do. What the fuck is all I'm saying. What the fuck? And I feel bad for this because I'm the one French kissing her in kindergarten behind the cubbies every day. And I'm like, did I start that? Did I cause that?
You're responsible for it then.
That's what I thought.
You're clearly responsible for this.
God, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Oh, boy.
Terrible.
Sean just came back to the
I'm kind of curious
conversation.
how you found that out.
All right, moving on. So,
Again, Crystal River stories.
right? No shit, man. I
I
mean,
remember Dora and I used
As
to
a
trade on
side note,
Christian
boys,
Adams.
there's like a chat
Oh.
feature where you can send me any link.
hold on. Look, Greg, we'll
I
come
got-
back to, remember
Yeah, I got
Sean
Greg
was
and Sean at
pointing
the same
out
time.
Dar and Sean trading. Well, let's leave out last names here, though, Sean.
Christian
Oh,
Adams.
leave out the last name.
Kristen.
I'm talking over the last name. The girl
Trading
with the pit
Kristen.
bull that lived in the middle of West Harbor Court.
No, we didn't do anything. We were in like, we were kids.
You did a
Second
both.
grade. Oh, that
Yeah.
was a long time ago.
I mean, we talked about Richie like it wasn't shit. We broke into a house.
Fuck them. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I told you, fuck them three guys. All right, and they, come find me now,
Whoa.
motherfuckers. Richie
Whoa.
Hilwig, Jason Hall, and Leslie Coleman. Fuck you, motherfuckers. All
They
right,
come find any one of us.
girl, come on, boy. I got mad animosity right now. You know what I'm saying? You do know there's 400 fucking plus thousand subscribers on this show, but if we air this shit, this is all over the fucking globe, man. We get more
Dude,
fucking
the shit that
downloads
we
than
talk about
speak
and we
views.
talked about before, that's the least of my concern.
I know you don't give a shit. Oh man,
I mean,
I don't know. I was on some sentimental shit, and something happened.
my bad.
I was on some
My
sentimental
bad.
shit. I don't know what happened. We was on some
Jamie-
sentimental shit.
Jamie Jones.
Oh, yeah.
had-
Comic relief. Comic relief.
That's fucked up, yo. And look, man, I'll share it with y'all. I got a complex about that, man. I really do. I really do, Brent.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
waiting.
My
for that link to
kindergarten
show up
girlfriend
anytime.
married that guy right there. So I did right by her. Yours ended up in some kind of donkey porno or something.
Yeah, well, it goes on. The list goes on. The list of females that I was associated with from kindergarten on up have not turned out so well. You have.
Michelle did all right. Krista did all right. Is that the two?
Yep.
Okay.
Nailed it. Nailed it. No, there's one more. There's one more. But
Okay.
other than that, it's like 85 kids later. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
terrible person. It's not me. I mean, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
you're not a terrible person. You made bad choices.
It was the abusive home I came from. Okay, that's what it was.
I remember breaking up some good girl fights. Yeah, who's the chick? Oh my god! Oh, remember the house that we lived in South Chase? I can't remember that chick. She looked like Lindsay Lohan.
Are you about to say Julian? Julia?
No.
Julia.
Not
Not
No.
Amy.
Amy. That was it.
No.
Amy. Dude, I will never forget. You guys have moved with me and whatever for a
Jake.
while.
Jake.
Who? Yes. And
Yeah, oh, look at you. Who?
Yeah, who?
9 years? Who? 9
Well,
years? Who? I don't know who that is.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, that's a minute.
So I remember hearing you guys arguing. You just gotten in from the club or something, and you were arguing in the back. And I remember getting up, walking out the door, and going down that little hallway that you had to go to get to that back room. And all I see is her come flying with no shirt on, topless. And I'm going to say something, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be in here. And I remember turning around the other way, and like, geez, like, this girl's freaking. And I've never seen you be like, this girl's freaking. and all I can remember was like, bro, have her put a shirt on. Have her put a shirt on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That chick was crazy.
Yeah. One of those girls died, man.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you remember South Chase, the girl named Julia. It came over once or twice, constantly she was insane for your boy, but she died. Like
How?
craziness, man. Just aneurysm, cocaine, man.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Sad shit, man. Yeah. Wild
Crazy. There's a
stories. I'm
few
gonna
that
tell
have
you-
that we know. You actually know, you guys were talking about Chad earlier. You know, he passed. I heard he passed.
What?
Chad, yeah.
What?
Chad died?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
How?
Someone called me up and told me that.
McDaniel or something, right, Chad? Chad Mc something.
Mullet. Chad
Mullet. Yes, Chad
Yeah.
Mullet.
Live right down the
There
street
you
from
go.
me.
Nice.
Yeah, man, he passed.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
How and why do you know?
It was a few years ago. I remember getting a phone call. Someone had called me and said, "Hey, it might have actually been Brent. Ask Brent when he gets back. He may remember." There's someone that we used to hang around with that called me up and said, "Hey, man, you know this happened?" And I was like, "No, but yeah, it happened."
No shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I gotta refill this cup. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've lost you guys. How did I lose you guys?
Am I still here?
There we go. Now I'm back. I was searching Chad Mullet death, man. Yeah. What's his name too? Just passed, man. I can see his face right now, man. Back in the day, he stole the toolbox off my truck at that party that you were chugging all the beers at, Dar. Ryan Meeks.
Ryan Meeks, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that on Facebook.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's rough shit, man. It's wild, man. But you know how fucking lucky we are, man, that we can Goonies this bitch and bring it like all back together and talk to all of us all at the same time, man. Fucking little Sean, look at his little cutie face right there. I see, see him. Oh, look at him.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
All right, Sean. So Greg went for a Russian Standard or a Tito's and soda. Brent bounced for beer.
That's good vodka right there.
Yeah, and
Russian-
Dar bounced for another Coke Zero. Is that your little niece? Who is that?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, now Sean's gone and Brent's back. Welcome everybody to the interlude of the Cognitive Rampage podcast. I'm your host, Adam Lowry. We apologize for anything you want to send an email for. I have said some terrible, terrible things. Perhaps now, if you've ever read my book, you would know why and could add some stories to some of those early paragraphs or early chapters in the book. You would know where they came from and where they started, because probably it's all of Brent's fault. Let's just blame Brent Shiver for everything.
I beg your pardon?
I beg your pardon. Yeah.
I got to change headphones. These are dying.
But I think it was cool, man, that I got to share, you know, the people that I grew up with on this podcast with you all out there listening. These are people at one point in my life and today that I cared more about, that knew more about me. We shared fights, we shared good times, bad times, memories that we've all been able to share on this podcast together. Stories and some stories we won't share with you here that we've been sharing here that make our lives, that write the narratives and the book and the stories of our lives. And if you're lucky enough out there to have one person or two people or a group of friends that you're able to connect with and come back together, that is the story of your early life, that our early lives, our early poems through the experiences of the choices that we make as young ones that go into our future, that shape the people that we are today, then consider yourself lucky that you can find that person on the phone or a text message or a Zoom meeting or a podcast, however you find those people. I urge you to bring them close back into your life. Share those stories, even if you're going to get emails. Share those lies that you said about catching fish or stealing guns or whatever it is, and share those amongst yourselves, because you don't know when the time will come when those people aren't around anymore. And as you revisit those stories in your life, remember that those are the moments, those are the stories, because our life stories are written in the moments, those brief moments from 10, 12, 11, 13, 35, and 48 years old, and those brief moments that we choose to live, to really live, to let go, to find love, to find friendship, to find bonding with the person we've chosen life with those we've come through life with. In those little moments, those are the things that separate us from the other animals, from the other species, are those moments that we choose to hold and the things that we call memories of our lives that create the narrative of our lives. And your friends are the ones that lay the baseline, are the backbone for the people that we become in our time.
Yeah, brother.
Bam! That's why they pay me the big bucks, motherfuckers, because I can do that shit.
That was
You've been
beautiful.
writing that shit for 3 weeks.
Nope, that's on the spot. That's on the fucking spot right there. I could look at each one of you and freestyle some deep shit like that, man. And now I really could, man. I fucking swear to God I could, man. I fucking really could. There's this picture that I have. It's on my phone. It's 10,000 of them, so I can't bring it up. But it's one of my birthdays. And in that picture, you see John, Brent, Dar, Greg, Michelle, Leyland is in that picture. All of us are in this one fucking picture, man, of a birthday that I had at the house when we had that brown shag carpet and the rust fucking furniture and the green fucking blinds. And we're all there, man. And we're all fucking there hanging out. I had some fake arrowhead thing that I was wearing that looked like an arrow through my head and shit. And I see all of you in the
We
background.
got that from elementary school or middle school when they used to have that at the little thing you used to buy at the bookstore.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And every time I see that picture, man, who would have known, the stories that would web out from that little picture of Brent's life and Dar's life and Greg's life and Sean's life, of what we would all go and do, of what we'd experience, of what we'd all go and do and find. Let me ask, I'm going to pose this question to all of you, man. Can you see, when you see all of us sitting here, can you see the life that we currently live reflected from the childhood or the people that we knew of us as children, as kids, that the life we live now is of course, they live that life, or is it something different to each of you?
Way different.
Hey, well, let me tell you this. I can tell you exactly that the reason I hunt now or fish now or farm now is because we used to just kick around, right, in the woods and try to do that stuff. Like, we tried to do it right. We never did. We spent a lot of time at Lake Olympic. What did we catch? Nothing.
Hey, man, I put you on a fish one day that had to be 8 pounds.
We've caught some bass since the brim. We caught some bass since the brim on our day.
I remember that, and I remember that fish. Is that stupid? We go to the right side of that, the left side of that dock at the corner, and that thing was right there. I know that fish.
I can tell you what jig you were using at the time.
It was that creature jig. I knew what it was.
The black and blue one. You should have caught that fish. It'd have been on your wall right now behind you. We'd be able to watch it right now.
And I got some stories. I had squirrels. I had squirrels tied to my belt loop walking out of Shoal Creek that I had plotted the day before, shot with a pellet gun. And I was walking out with 2 squirrels tied on my hip, and the cop goes, "You're from Ocoee, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he's like, "Well, they passed a new BB gun law. Unless you're 14, you can't be out with a BB gun. So you're going home with them squirrels, right?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, I am. I'm going to go home and eat motherfuckers." Right?
There you go. Yeah. But that's all from that. I mean, who went hunting? We went hunting with each other. Nobody took us hunting.
My dad didn't hunt. My brother didn't hunt. I didn't have that in my blood. It was from us fooling around in the woods and screwing around.
That's completely
absolutely
from all this.
And 100%. You see the outcome.
That's nice. Those are nice.
Those are little fellas from the southeast.
I don't know what y'all talking about. we talk about killing squirrels. You got deer heads on your wall.
So keep going, man. Elaborate on the idea of, like, because Greg, you knew me, you knew Brent, you knew Dar, you know Sean, you knew all of us as an individual, right? And the people we've come to be, right? Could you see it going? Yeah, I can see why that person is there.
I don't know. The problem is here's the issue. The issue is we kind of split off at that high school stage, right? So probably I could do that if we were a little closer in high school and maybe a little closer in college, right? Yeah. Those years.
We were still kids.
Yeah, so we splintered at that point, so we don't know how it developed in that time.
But I like that, though, G. I like that, Greg. You're a logistics guy, right? So take all you know of just us as kids and where we've come to in the map out, right? Because you can map. You're probably the best on the planet about going from A to Z and how we map that there. And all you really know is A, B, and C of all of us, right? Because we lost the middle ground of all that shit to where we are currently. You know, can you see that end result in each of us, including yourself, Brent, Dar, Sean, myself? Can you see that?
Maybe. I wish I knew. Actually, so I know that Dar works in, and he's in a related industry for me, so that's cool. But and that's cool because we also worked at the golf course together. You remember those years?
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh man, I forgot
Yeah,
y'all
remember
worked
Forest
there
Lake?
together.
I mean, how do you forget this, right?
That's
come on.
right.
Yeah, we worked down, right? You knew all those cats down there.
I worked at a Disney golf course. I was next level to y'all.
You went next level, and you're a business owner, so that's legit next level, right? That's cool. Seriously though, yeah, right. And
we had more freedom though, so we were allowed to kind of do
Yeah,
it.
there's no doubt about that. I
there's
guarantee you
Lake.
that.
Oh,
we can tell you some Forest Lake stories, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's still the best lake to ever fish.
Oh
ever.
My God! Yeah.
All day.
16. I pulled
16.
5-pounder out of 16. I mean,
easy.
But,
I remember going down there catching like 25 in an hour.
Of course. Yeah. And Adam, of course. I mean, where you came from, of course you're analyzing these things and improving on them, and in a way, you're teaching others, right? You're writing and things like that. Of course you are. That only makes sense that you can pull from that experience to provide it, put it out there as a therapy to yourself, probably, and to and to an assistance to others. So yeah, maybe you can draw some lines there. I wish I knew more about Sean and these years, things like that. You kept up with him, so I can't say much, but that's what I can add to it.
Oh yeah, Brent?
I did not see Sean coming.
I got like a ton of pictures. I'm trying to find the picture that Adam's talking about. That he actually sent that to me a long time ago.
Yeah, he
I'm
sent it to me
too. Yeah, dude, that's like crazy. Actually, I'm getting close to it.
Brent, as we walk across, Brent, what's your takeaway, like Greg did, man, on the breakdown on each of us here? I know you shared moments alone with Greg, with Sean, with myself, with Dar.
That's what's kind of funny about it is I probably had more time individually with each one of you than I did with us as a group. Like, I spent a lot of time at your house and a lot of time at Greg's house, a lot of time at Sean's house, a lot of time at Dar's house, but not with any of the rest of you there. And each of you at mine. And I've got pictures with many of y'all dating back to early single digits in terms of our age. Greg's outcome totally makes sense. Completely makes sense. Everything about it makes sense. And even to the time that we were in college, he was in college, I was a college dropout. But, when he was trying to do the Amway thing.
Oh, shit.
That goes old school, yeah.
But I mean, even with that included, like, my brother was in the same thing. Like, he was trying to do that too. And we're 10 years younger than him, right? You're a legit 10 years younger than him. I'm 9 years younger than him. You had a game plan. You had it all laid out. You knew where you were going with that. And if you had decided to stick with that, it would have worked. My brother was in the same thing, that Quick Star or whatever the hell it was called. And it was a freaking disaster. And like, I was this close to signing on with you, and my dad was pissed off about it. He's like, how can you sign on with him and not your brother? I'm like, Dad, you don't understand. This guy's got a plan. He knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing. It's going to work. And it would have worked. If you would have decided to stay with that, it would have worked. Because the point is, you planned. You figured out ahead of time, before you ever started with that, I imagine, where you wanted to go with it. And you changed directions. You decided you want to do something different. Thank God you did, because you're doing something far more impactful for all of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Adam's outcome really doesn't surprise me. Adam was always the people guy. Like, he was always the popular guy. He was the guy that people were drawn to. He was the guy that we were all drawn to. He was a leader without trying to be a leader. Like, he didn't ask people to follow him. We just did. Like, he had the je ne sais quoi, right? And
that's what you're speaking the truth here.
That's what led him toward being an author and being a therapist and leading a podcast. And God, this idea, dude, of you leading a club and a comedy club or a nightclub or whatever it is, that is freaking perfect for you. That is exactly what you should be doing with your life. And I didn't see Sean coming as a cook. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't either.
Part of that is because he left so young, right?
Yeah.
We had no idea he had that ability or desire or whatever. But at the same time, it doesn't surprise me. You know, he always cared for people different, right? He was.
We knew he wasn't going to be a track star when he told coach he ran faster to the left.
On all of our baseball teams and whatever, Sean wasn't the star, right? But he was the rock. You know, he was the guy we could depend on. He was the guy that got the hit, you know.
Yeah, he was always
a guy
there for me anytime I left my house.
Absolutely. If you needed something, Sean was there. And now he's there, not just as a chef. I mean, think about this at a different level. He's not just a chef. He's a chef for people who really, really need it. He's in an old folks home. And in Tallahassee, where most people are retarded anyway.
All you got is your food. You know what I mean? That's your way out. You know what I mean? All you got is your food. Yeah, cover up that R word.
Sorry, I graduated from UF twice. I got to make bad comments about Tallahassee. I mean, the people that just
kicked me out of UCF twice. But yeah.
It's all, hey,
Yeah, you're a Hurricanes fan. I know you don't care.
yeah.
And
No, I fucking hate the goddamn college football season here.
But Brent, that was getting rather poetic, man. So we have Dar on your wrap up here.
yeah, I mean, let me wrap Dar up. I mean,
Careful.
yeah.
I can't
It's
wait.
funny that Dar has landed where he is. Not in his career, because I don't think that matters. I think Dar, you can go do whatever you want to do, and I think you'll be great at it, because I think people will be drawn to you. They always have been. The fact that you have taken your golf game to the point that you have is what is awesome to me. You were always an athletic kid, but it's like you were an athletic kid that was trying to find your spot, and that you found it in the golf game. It's just, I'm envious of that, because that's something that, I mean, you're the only guy that's still playing your sport.
Yeah, not much.
Well,
No,
yeah, but you can. You go out every Saturday, play it if you want to. We can't. And the fact that you found your ground and found your spot in a place, let's be honest, the number of business deals that are made on a golf course far outweigh
Tremendous.
any that are made in any other sport. Maybe
That's how
maybe
I got
fishing.
what I'm doing now.
Maybe fishing in the Southeast. Exactly. Right.
I met my
So
boss
you
on the
can.
golf course.
It's awesome to me that you took your ability and you've parlayed that into the career that you have now. And quite frankly, you can take it and move it into whatever you want to move it into, which is awesome. It's
It's funny because that's what I wanted to do. My life was be a golf pro, and honestly, living in Florida, there's just no money in it, man.
Look at the transfer. Look at that
too much
segue
competition.
shit. That segue that naturally happened. Greg, you ain't going nowhere. Quit talking to people, Greg. That natural segue.
Yeah, hold on a second. Look, come here. It was my daughter. She came over here to ask me what I'm
Your
doing.
child is still awake. It's almost 11 o'clock.
You're a bad parent, Greg. Why are you still awake?
Come on.
You
It's
saw me.
spring
You saw
break.
me and
What are we
Dar putting our
doing
kids
here?
to bed when this thing started.
Cheers to that shit.
Spring
Well,
break.
how old is everybody's kids? How old's your youngest?
0.
I got one. I have one daughter.
You have one
She's
girl,
7.
right?
You have
One girl. She's 7. Yeah, her name's Roxy.
Okay.
And then we have there she is.
There she
Roxy,
is.
say hi. And then we have this year staying with us an exchange student from France. She's 15. Name's Alana.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cool.
Wait,
There's
cool.
Roxy.
And Brent, how old is your youngest?
So I have my youngest is a 7-year-old. 8-year-old. He just turned 8 last month, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so we all
yeah.
started relatively late.
My oldest is a 10-year-old, and it's just like Greg. We had a exchange student from China who was 17 when we took
What
him
you
in.
guys doing on this old people shit? You have like exchange students and shit. Sean's cooking food, and I'm like drinking and podcasting and shit. You guys doing this old people shit.
It's funny
It was
because
an awesome experience, though, man.
Of
It was
course,
great. We
it's
had him.
great.
We had him for 2 years, and it was so cool.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. 2 years.
it's funny
that's a long
because
Yeah.
Sean,
when I was doing golf,
Sean, what
and
are
I
we
was by
doing with our
myself-
lives? Sean, what are we doing with our lives?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
You're not reading kids' books, motherfucker. I can tell you that.
because
All right.
because Jeanette and I were together for 10 years
Yeah.
and lived together for 9 of those years.
Yeah.
Half of those times we were living with Adam and 17 of his crazy girlfriends.
I'm telling you.
But so we never even had a scare of being pregnant. You know what I mean? And so it was like,
God.
I never really thought it could happen. So I just kind of done my own thing with the golf business, just being able to,
Bro, you were a fucking hustler, son. You
Sure.
fucking got up at 3:30 in the morning. You're on the course mowing that bitch by 4:30. You
What
were
the golf
fucking
life is
working
about, man.
and hustling by 6:30. I mean, you remember that website we fucking built with like the fucking betting thing that we were doing for a brief moment?
but
Like,
I
you
was good
lived
enough
it,
to
son.
I was good enough to make enough for me, not a family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But
then
you were
those-
like a stroke away, like 3 times from the fucking PGA, son.
and
like,
that's
you were
hurdles. That's hurdles from these
It's
guys.
so
man.
big, though, man.
That is a huge
It sounds
number.
small, but it's so big.
I remember the day you were at
so-
Metro West and you were playing for the fucking PGA. You missed it by a fucking stroke, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You
I
were
missed
so
quite a
fucking
few.
close. But you were
Did
so
you go?
close.
Did you really go to the qualifiers?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I played
Over
in
at,
I played in
Twice
that
I know
little-
about.
What is that place?
Yeah. Where?
Sawgrass.
Orange
What-
County National.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
the
I've
Metro
never
West
actually
one. I
played in a
remember
sanctioned
calling
tour
you.
event.
You were on the fucking Metro West course, and I remember calling you like, motherfucker, Adam, I'm right fucking there. I'm like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
a stroke away, bitch. I got this shit, motherfucker. And oh,
and then one of
dude,
my guys.
Yeah.
Tin Cup.
you were right there,
there's
son. You were
there's so
right
many of
there,
those
son.
stories.
You know the
But
ball,
then
Romeo.
you realize you're 30 years old, and then your new life starts with a new person, and then you're that guy who's like, you're still trying to do golf. You don't even have any kids yet. You never even think you're gonna have kids. You're gonna be the guy who never had a kid. You're just gonna be an uncle, which is kind of that stage you're in.
Hey,
right now.
fuck you, man.
Listen, just keep listening, and then all of a sudden something happens. You get pregnant, and then you go, oh shit, it's about to get real.
Yeah.
It's not just me anymore. You know what I mean? And now I would be damned if I would ever want to have my son grow up with the life you had. And I'd be damned if I'm ever going to give my son let my son be without. You know what I mean? So it was time to make a decision. Golf isn't going to feed everybody in this house. You know what I mean? So I met my boss, who's my boss now, or who owns the company that I work for, on the golf course. As you say, business deals are done on the golf course. They absolutely are. And he gave me an opportunity, and that was about 7 years ago. So, and what I say about it, I'll bring back the kid is I was always saying I would never be a father. I will always be the uncle. I was always be, the, hey, Uncle Dar, hey, like you are, hey, Uncle Adam, whatever. The moment he was born, it's like it was complete flip. And it's like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I could not imagine life without that kid in that other room right there.
Amen.
I couldn't imagine. And to see that face every single day, and to go out there and put in my time to do baseball every single day, it's life changing. It's heart changing. It's mind changing. It'll make you wake up and go, I deal with all this bullshit I do every day for that in there. You know what I mean? So that it makes me wonder, how in the fuck did your dad ever do what he did to you?
Yeah.
How does that even come in someone's mind? And my dad and your dad were brothers. My dad would never lay his hand on me. You know what I mean? Never. So, and Papa would never lay his hand on one of them boys out of just bullshit reasons. You know what I mean? But if they fucked up, they got it like we did. If I messed up, I got it. So I don't see how that can happen. And Adam, that's why you run away from it. Because it's not because you think you'll do that. It's because you know how your experience was, and it scares the shit out of you. But I promise you, when you have one that's your own, and you even realize, oh man, I was that guy. I'm never gonna have a kid. I can't raise no kid. I can barely raise myself. Shit. The moment you know it's there,
But
shit.
the thing is, man, is when I was married, I raised somebody else's daughter like my own. You know, when I got married, I took Morgan under my wing when she was in 5th grade, and I raised her from 5th to 11th grade as my own. You know what I mean? She was my own. I played that role, man. Her daddy wasn't nowhere to be found, man. He was in prison and shit, you know, and I made Morgan my own. So I understand that feeling a little bit, man. I really do. You know, maybe it's just hard.
Seeing one happen from birth though is completely.
I hear that.
It's game changing.
I know. I hear.
I mean, because even if it wouldn't say, I mean, my wife and I are fabulous. You know, Anna and I are doing terrific. But if for some stupid reason, which you never know what happens, and we're going to be together forever. But that's not going to make me want to give away or not spend time with a child, which most dads or whoever do now. Parents split up, and then all of a sudden I hear all these stories from different truck drivers who don't ever see their kids.
They
And I'm like,
it, man. They live that life, man. And I'm gonna rope that back in. That point you just made there, Dar, is there was a darkness in Greg that he hid very well. That I'm drunk as shit, my dog. I love you enough, so I'm putting him on the street. This Metallica Primus drummer guy hid that shit probably better than me. Because the shit that I went through, I put out on other people. I was angry. I did bad shit. I did mean stuff to people. But this motherfucker hit it good. You know what I mean? I remember your dad's lake house, the boathouse down on Stark Lake with the University of Kentucky shit all in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember going there, man. And it's a wild feeling, man, to sit here on this side and watch three of you, you know, who, in opinion for me, sort of have a storybook thing going on. You know what I mean? Like the one you've always loved, the kids that you have, you know. And Sean and I, that's I think where Sean and I get drunk and kind of hang on the outside, like, yeah, we ain't them. You know what I mean? And sit out. You know what, Dar? Before I go too far though, I wanted to hear kind of your evaluation of Greg, Brent, Sean. You know what I mean? On who you knew us to be as children and as kids. You know me forever. And where we wound up being in our lives.
I mean, everybody kind of hit it square on. I mean, like Greg and Brent had both said, you were kind of the leader. You know, everybody just kind of tagged along you because, oh, Adam's going. Well, that's where we got to be. You know, but then each one of us had our own different connection with you, different than we had with each other. Like, I didn't know Greg. Like you said, I didn't even know he was hiding anything. I don't even remember Greg's father, to be honest with you.
Really?
I don't.
Most don't. He came
most don't, because the old boy wasn't around much.
He didn't. He wasn't. He came and went. And I remember. Oh fuck,
What?
nigga. I love you, homie, but I'm drunk as fuck. So forgive me, Greg. I remember Greg being so fucking excited when his daddy was coming around. I remember it. I remember Greg like, holy shit, my daddy's gonna be here this weekend. We're gonna go fishing. We're taking that trophy boat out. We're going out like fucking Greg had seen the fucking miracle happen. Like he couldn't wait for that shit to happen, man. Like I remember that shit. I won't forget that shit. I remember going, damn, man, I wish I felt that way. You know what I mean? With my own.
Greg,
you know what I mean? When he
how
came
old were we when your dad left?
Oh well, I mean, like officially, probably 11.
Was he just not? I mean,
He
he was
never
just in and
home.
out before then, or what?
Yeah.
Because I always remember him being in there, so I didn't know.
It was it was weird, right? Because officially yes, but you know, there'd be large gaps of time. You know, just not even like nobody could find. You know, they go like, where is this guy?
Okay.
But then,
I never remember your dad. I don't even have a visual picture of your dad. I
I
remember
do.
your mom.
I remember.
I can visualize your mom.
I remember Greg was so excited. Like, my dad's coming, man. We're going fishing this fucking weekend. We're taking that trophy boat out. We're going. Like, this motherfucker was so excited.
I have no
like, he
recollection
loses
of that
fucking mind.
At all.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
No, I
whatsoever.
probably, yeah. Probably, yeah.
I remember both Sean's parents well. I remember both Sean's sisters well, and he was gone early, you know. I remember always swimming in Sean's pool when it was built. We'd always go back and forth. Well, shit, all three. Greg or Brent, you had the above ground pool, and Greg, you had I was the only one that didn't have a pool.
No,
my parents
wasn't above
parents
ground,
got
man.
the
What's
pool
wrong
when
with
we
you?
moved out. My parents put the pool in when we moved out.
What kind of redneck you think I am? My pool was not above ground.
Yeah, we had the pool first.
No, it was just
now
up on
we
the
had the
hill.
pool first.
Adam had the first pool.
Yeah,
Well,
we had
Brent,
that one
yours was
first.
kind of set up, wasn't it? It was like up high.
Yeah, it was up in the hill, but it
My
wasn't
dad
above
built
ground.
that after
That's
he cheated
why I
on my
think it
mom
was
the
above
first
ground.
time and tried to make his fucking marriage work again. So he built the first pool.
Right.
But Sean got his pool built, and Brent had his pool built. Sean was the shit because it was screened in and shit, had a little waterfall and shit.
I remember that pool was great.
It was cold though.
Yeah, it was always cold. Always cold.
Yeah,
And they had
that
big
screen
back
made it
porch,
so
too.
cold.
The hot tub.
Because actually, now that I think about it, y'all's floor plans were pretty close. Adam, your parents and his.
Yeah, it was that creepy 80s.
Well, the kitchen-wise, you walk in the front door and you got the two rooms. You know, so.
Fuck, man, I get weird memories, bro. Like that fucking room to the right. If that fucking room to the right, when you walk in the front door and that room to the right, that room could speak.
Where your pool table was?
Shit. Yeah, it was. And that fucking room, man, if that room could speak, holy shit. The shit that was said in that fucking room. But go on, cuz, man, forget that. Go on, cuz, about like how everybody's life shaped out.
Like, you have memories, like, with all of us together, and a lot of us have vague memories, like Brent said, with us, because we were kind of like, we all hung together like in Ditch Stadium and did different things together. But like when it was all spending the night, like we didn't really spend the night together. You know, like I would spend the night at Brent's. I don't really ever remember spending the night at your house much, Greg. I'd have to say the four of us, you and I were never too close together. What I mean by that is just like me and you. Oh, hey, I'm going over to Greg's.
I think you're right about that, but I think there's been several times where it would be like me, you, and Adam at Adam's place, or me, you, and Adam at my place, or
and then it would swap.
Possibly, you know, a good point is like, you know, we cruised with Adam, like all of us cruised with Adam, so there's always some combination there. However it worked out. I think you're right about that.
I think Brent brought up, he was kind of the one that had individual relationships with all of us, mostly. Like he's spent the time alone with myself, with you, with Greg, with Sean, with Dar, more than probably most of us. You know,
that's kind of how I remember it too. I think growing up, like before Sean left, it was kind of me, Adam, and Sean that kind of was everywhere together. I kind of think we would go to like basketball games and power team things, and it was like we always seen. You remember those
power
team? Disney. Remember the dude ripping the phone book in half? So man, I just remember. I remember it all. I remember Brent, you know, having the cool house. Everybody wanted to go to Brent's house. Basketball outside, running up and down the stairs.
And
the laundry chute.
Basketball. He had the laundry chute. Oh shit! Oh shit!
I remember late night. Almost every single night. I remember Brent's brother with his lowrider, like setting up like 55 alarm systems, system blaring, and music wherever it was coming from going off in the lowrider. And I would go outside. I would go outside by the pool, and I would climb the fence because there was a hill the way the pool was built. I could climb the fence and look
back and forth. Brent was basically your backyard.
Brent was like my corner neighbor. I was right behind Wilson. I was like looking at Brent's yard.
I remember.
Yeah, dude. And like I would see them like partying, like chicks, fucking half naked in the fucking pool late at night. I was like, what the fuck?
It was not bad having a brother that was 10 years older. I'll be honest with you.
Tell me about it. My brother was bringing him home.
Yeah.
My brother was bringing him home.
You were talking the other night about remembering your first drink. I do not remember my first drink. I know that it happened in that backyard, and I know I was about 12 or 13 years old. And I had a whole bunch of them between then and when I was 21, and I've not had a whole lot since.
Yeah, my brother gave me my first drink with him and his friend Corey, and then a couple puffs of a cigar, and I'm fucking puking my fucking guts out.
Corey, wow.
God, I didn't do it, fucking Corey. So, Dark, keep going, man. Like we're wrapping up kind of your web out of Greg, Brent, and Sean, you know, of where we've come to in life, you know.
Right. I mean, it's really just tough to say. I mean, you talk about people's professions now, but like, you know, they all hit on. We didn't really hang out through high school, so it was tough to see what we were doing then. I would always told you I would have been a golf pro, not necessarily playing, but running a golf course. I would never see Brent as being wildlife rescue. Well, I can see it now with as much as you enjoy animals and just the outdoors and stuff like that. But
in murder,
you weren't in the Boy Scouts with us. Sean and Greg probably saw that coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
and as in for murder. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Sean understands the murder thing, so.
Right. And I know one vague memory that I have of all four of us is when what's the neighborhood to the right of you when it was being built? All that clay. Flannery's lived over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cat.
Yeah, where Rob and them lived.
Yeah, exactly. Remember
That's where Andrea lived. That's I got her bedroom when her dad opened the fucking bedroom door. I was in her fucking window when her dad walked in. That was terrible.
I don't remember an Andrea.
Yeah, I do. It was Andrea DeBon. That was in fucking high school.
Yeah, that girl's in love with you, bro.
Yeah. That was dangerous.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
That was dangerous. I forget the name of that subdivision, though. You're right. Rob Flannery lived
I don't
there.
remember it either. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember we would go over there when they had all the big clay mounds, and we messed around on the clay mounds.
Yeah, with the bikes and shit, and the shit.
Bikes and everything.
It seemed
and we were having we were having the little, like the tractors would leave like the clay rocks and stuff, so we'd throw them at each other and they would break. Yeah. And I hit Greg in the head with the rock. Remember? And he lost it on me. Remember?
Did I?
I do. Greg had his Christmas story moment. That's what happened.
We were all there. And he comes up and he looks at me and I can still remember his face holding this rock, looking down on me like he wanted to peg me with it. And then he just drops it and walks away.
I'm sorry, man.
Bro, it's all good because the crazy thing is you were a good ways from me. You know how freaking good a throw that was? I cannot believe it hit you in the head. I cannot believe it actually hit you. Still to this day.
That was a good throw.
I wasn't more shocked at you coming at me. I was shocked that I hit you with it. I was like,
I do remember that. Greg fucking snapped. He went from that chill fucking docile dude to like, I will murder your whole family.
He got me on one of those too.
Yeah.
He got me on one of those. We were playing tug of war together, just the two of us in his front yard, and I let go of the rope and he fell down.
Oh no!
His ass was so pissed off. He come running up at me and hit me with a right cross. He left a big welt on the side of my head.
I actually hit you?
Yeah, you hit me. And I was
you're
like,
psycho. Welcome, Greg. Psycho.
When it happened, I was so surprised I couldn't hit him back. I was just shocked.
Holy shit, dude! I had nothing but good memories about Greg. God damn.
I mean, Greg was a super chill, super cool dude. But I mean, that was what was made it so big a deal. It's like
I
couldn't respond.
Yeah.
I just got on my bike and rode home.
For all of that.
I never saw the bad side of Greg, dude. I always saw the good side. But then again, I left at like 14. But damn, dude, remember shit going over there, swimming in the pool, playing with the hound dog, and fucking late nights.
Oh, Buster!
Man, that's man.
Yeah.
Greg. That example is what happens when Daddy's not home. You get that fucking Greg response of like, "What the fuck, man?"
Oh boy!
I don't hold it against you at all, Greg. There's no big deal. The point was, it was so out of character for you. I was completely. Yeah. These other guys know what happens when I get hit. I hit back. Y'all have all seen it. It didn't happen when Greg hit me. I got on my bike and went home.
You got to look around like, wait, what the?
What just happened? What just happened? Oh, I still remember your face, man. I
The
still
only
remember.
real fight I remember though is that Steven kid, and we whooped. I whooped his ass in that damn ditch stadium, and y'all were like, "Hey man, you're on your own." You know what I mean? To Steven, you said it. You're like,
Okay. Yeah.
You fucking Greg. Every one of us are gonna be on your own, dog.
yeah,
What was his name?
whatever.
Denny.
You were already gone, Sean.
No, Stephen Denny.
No, you were
I don't
gone. It was
remember.
Stephen. It was Stephen Denny.
Denny
He moved
in
in
about 4
almost
houses
exactly
down
the
from
same
Greg.
time you moved out. Yeah,
He's
right
this
on
weird kid.
Greg
He
Street.
lived like 4 houses down from me. He
That's
lived in my
right.
neighborhood.
He was
Yeah, right down
14
there.
years old and still had blonde hair. Like, I mean, you
I
can't,
hate
you
it.
can't trust a guy like that.
I
And
fucking hate him.
he ended up. He dated Kate Shacklet, and
Yeah.
that was
What?
where our that was where our problem
Oh,
came in.
dude.
It's because he and I were friends before that, and he dated her because he was gonna fuck her, and he told me that.
Yeah.
And I've known Kate since I was
Yeah, we all
3
did.
years old.
Kate- Who here in this room? I gotta let me ask. Who here in this room kissed Kate Shacklet? Raise your hand right now. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, you dirty bastards.
That's not the point. But so I went back and I told Kate, I was like, look, this is this guy's intention. This is what he's
I love
after.
how everybody's hand was like, yeah.
And he hated, he wanted to fight me hardcore after that. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not going to fight you over this. I've known her my entire life. I consider you a friend. If you want to hit me, you do what you got to do. And he never would do it. So that was where our
I
relationship
hated
kind of ended.
Fuck Stephen Denny. It was so great. He
Yeah.
tried to fuck with you in the ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Something happened. Who knows? We're playing
That was
football.
after he and I
whatever.
got into it.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because he
I
told
think
me.
I
about it.
remember him trying to fight that Eric dude. I think his name was Eric. Who was that other kid that lived on your street, Adam, with the glasses, curly hair?
That was Eric.
Was his name Eric?
Yeah, they got that was my backyard.
Your backyard, yeah. I remember
Yeah, that was on my basketball
fucking,
court.
Fuck. Eric. He was my neighbor.
Yes.
White
Glasses,
truck.
yeah.
Eric. The fuck was his name?
I wish Laylan was here. He could tell you all about that story.
Yeah, he was
there
a
for
couple
that.
years older than us.
Dar, you were there for that too?
Yeah, I was there.
And my dad came out?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
You-
yeah.
I
All right,
thought
I
my
just
dad was-
remember seeing Steven's legs shaking so fast and looking at him like, dude, if this guy throws a punch, he's going to fall.
Yeah.
So,
Well, my dad came out. My dad saw
yeah,
that
they were
going down.
They were screaming and face to
And-
face. And
Steven saw my dad coming and kind of backed off. And when he did, he turned his head and Eric hit him in the back of the head. And that was all my dad saw. And man, I thought my dad was going to kill a teenager that day. He
Yeah.
picked that boy up off the ground. Eric,
And
Seriously,
Cunningham.
I bet-
Not Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Oh,
Honeycutt.
Jason Cunningham.
Jason-
was at the
Jason,
end.
yeah. No, it was Eric though. The guy Dar's talking about is Eric.
Yeah.
I bet he shit his pants. I bet he shit his pants that day.
you might be thinking of Paul's brother.
Well, I
Yeah,
remember-
Jason Hearn.
No, it was Jason Hearn, but there was a Cunningham at the 2 houses down from Kristen on the right. Jason something.
2 houses down from
There was
who?
Eric. Wasn't
Oh,
Eric
Kristen.
Miner or something like that? Eric something. His dad used to work for
That was Jason.
that ship company.
It was
Give out like free
Talkcat.
boxes.
He was
of
talking
Isn't it Chris Diamond?
Jason. No, not Chris Diamond. He moved into
Chris Diamond moved
Chris
into
Diamond
Mike's
lived
house or
next to
somewhere,
me.
right?
he moved into the house right
No, he
before
lived
John's
next to
house.
me. It was Paul, myself, and Chris Diamond.
But there was Jason who lived
And then
2
there's
houses
Stacy-
down from Kristen
Stacy Reed.
on the right.
Melissa
He
Reed.
was older than us. He was like 4 years
Oh,
old.
Jason McGuire.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I got him on Facebook.
Holy weirdness. What
Yeah.
the fuck is happening?
Wasn't Scott the younger brother?
Yeah. No, older brother.
Yeah.
Jason was the
Older.
younger one.
Okay.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is happening?
Jason.
So we're rotating now to Sean. So each guy here has elaborated on the lives that we knew as young ones to what we've grown up and sort of become. Who fucking knows, right? Whatever. And so Sean, your go here. from Craig to Brent to Dara, right? On who you knew and who we've become and the stories that stick out in your mind. What the fuck? Can I paint a picture or what? What the fuck? Pat myself on the back for that shit. It's not like a goddamn documentary maker. All right. Sorry. I'm insecure. I have to do that. But go ahead, Sean.
All right, so we're starting from the top to the bottom to you, right?
Start with Greg.
Okay.
Always. It's more fun.
Well, we'll start with Greg.
Who the fuck
Greg.
yelling? Kill it. What is that? Kill it.
All right, so Greg. Yes, I have a lot of good stories with all of you, actually. But granted, it was short-lived. I didn't get to live in the Orlando vicinity for more than 14 years. But Greg, I definitely remember, the Boy Scout trips that we all used to take. Like Brent was saying, dude, like we were really tight-knit with the camping. The thrifty shit that I always remember with Greg was the fucking, I don't know, it was Connects or the robotic shit. Like you were always building something in your fucking head. He was always building something, dude, and it was always fascinating as fuck. And I remember you used to talk about, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just fabricating this in my head. Like there was a story that came along with it. Like you always said, like your dad was on this long trip and stuff. I don't know the whole story behind any of that. I don't pretend to know. And then it's not my position to even know. But I just remember, like, you were always going to be in some type of secretive, like, law enforcement or something. It was FBI, I believe, is what you were planning on doing when you were young. And I could be wrong. Maybe this is just something that I'm trying to remember, 24 years ago. But, yeah, it was always something like that. And I remember swimming in the pool quite a bit. And like I said, that the basset hound. And then, like, I remember one of the times I was going to stay the night. We were there late as fuck at night. And, like, my parents, of course, always wanted to ring me the fuck in because, for whatever was going on. My dad was in law enforcement, so
Totally
he didn't want to do
worked,
anything
by the
crazy.
way.
And yeah. But, I always had really good memories. I always remember that Greg was always smart, slightly quiet with others, but except for the group, the circle, and constantly playing, like, with robotic shit. And I was always like, he's going to be going somewhere in life. And I always remember the fucking micro machines. Like, I don't want to say it, there was micro machines every fucking where. You had, like, this semi truck, like, where you opened up, and I swear to God, there was like 1,000 micro machines. You'd come out, and you'd always show them fucking off. I was like, what the fuck?
I wish I still had them damn things.
Dude, like, I wish I still had the fucking original Super Soaker. That shit's worth a ton of fucking money, dude.
Yeah, for
Game
real.
Boy,
That's a good call.
Nintendo, the Atari. I wish I had all of that shit still, but of course I
still
don't.
have
Whatever.
all of my He-Mans and the Castle of Grayskull, Snake Mountain. I still have them all.
Really?
I have them all.
Maybe
I
shit.
gave them my kids. They lasted like 3 months. They destroyed every one of them. I still have all of them.
Kill them and start over.
I seriously, I don't have any of them wrapped up. I mean, none of them in their original packaging, but I still have them.
Interruption.
all.
I love you, fuckers. Cheers to I love you,
Love you too,
motherfuckers.
brother.
Cheers, fuckers.
Solid. But
Where's yours, Doc?
yeah, I definitely remember that. Going over to JJ Coolman's house. You remember that? Do you remember going to JJ Cool's house? You remember when JJ Cool fucking fell out of the van? Or am I just fabricating this shit? We were coming from the house. JJ Cool was in the van with his mom driving, somebody, but fell out of the fucking van.
You're mixing up.
And got
You're mixing
hurt.
up JJ Prettyman with Jerry Cool.
Yeah. So
Okay, was it Jerry Cool?
Is there
It was Jerry Cool.
Jerry Cool's mom
Jerry
had the
Cool's
blue
mom
van.
definitely had like a big ass van, like a huge ass.
It really was. It wasn't big. It wasn't big. It was a little blue minivan. Sean's parents had the big conversion van. Jerry's. We were little, so it seemed big. But Jerry's mom had a little minivan, a blue minivan. JJ Prettyman moved nearby for a while. Like, he was in Sleepy Harbor for a minute.
He was renting. Yeah, he was renting a house.
That's
His
right.
parents rented a house like down.
Yeah, on Stinnett. But they were gone.
Stinnett, yeah. So
yeah.
But So
Jerry lived on that
lived
other, like 2 streets back from you.
which was Broadway, right? So that was
Yes.
Broadway. And they
Yep.
lived back there, but they had a big gray conversion van. And then
I don't remember the
Leon
big gray
Terry.
van. Was it Terry that had the
Yeah,
little
it was
blue
a big
van?
one.
I think everybody
they
had one
had
of those
the
big vans.
conversion van, but it was a short little
We
like,
had a
blue
Eh,
and
trucker
orange.
traveler that Dar and I took to Tampa one time after his dad bought it from my dad. Holy shit, was that an adventure? Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, that
Oh,
wasn't
fuck.
that van, but that
That
was
van,
like
we
that
ate
van.
so many ecstasy pills and we drove to Tampa.
Oh,
We slept in a parking lot and someone had sex in the back of it and we drove back. Dude, we were on ecstasy pills for like 4 days. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was
I'm glad
retarded.
I never did that.
Dar was too. Yeah, Dar was too. He was on as many drugs as I was. All right.
My God.
All right, y'all need to be a little bit careful about what you sell Greg out on, by the way.
Yeah. Well, not Greg. Greg was not eating pills
That's
at
right.
all. He
Greg was never there for any of this stuff.
You remember that? You borrowed that van from your dad, Dar, and we drove to Tampa. We were
Yeah.
already we eating pills for 24 hours at one house. Then we went to your house and we recorded another CD, ate another couple pills. Then we're like, let's drive to Tampa. That'll be fun. Then we drove to Tampa, and I sat on a fucking stool. And I talked to some Asian guy for like 3 hours at the amphitheater.
Wait a minute. You recorded another CD?
I think you were.
We were DJing. We would DJ and we would record CDs. And Dar was very good. Dar was very
Mixing
good.
records.
So neither one of you would sing.
No, we just recorded.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. I was hoping we had like an LP we could go to.
No, we DJ'd at one apartment. Then we went over to Dar's apartment for another day. Then we drove to Tampa and we sat in the amphitheater and I talked to some Asian dude for like 4 or 5 hours at the spinning fucking dance theater. Like, well, fuck, we should probably leave. Then we got in the van and drove back and slept in some parking lot. It was some druggy shit. It was
You're mixing
fucked
up 2 different trips.
Well, call it all one big fucking trip.
That's a lot of pills.
Yeah, right. See,
The
we
amount
went
of time,
we went down there one time and went to the amphitheater, but that's when we went down there and we visited your girl's house. The other time that we borrowed my dad's van, we were all ate up stupid. We actually drove down there to get more pills.
yeah,
And
you
then
said
just drove back.
Look at you with the
And that's-
slang. Ate up
yeah.
stupid.
It's unfortunate y'all didn't know this, but y'all didn't need to drive to Tampa to get more pills. I probably had
Listen, at the
I mean,
time,
Sean
we
probably
did.
had that.
It was a fun experience.
Dude, I actually, believe it or not, I did all my bad shit when I was like, before I was 10. And then I was like, good. After that, I'm like, no, I didn't do anything bad. I've never done drugs. I've smoked weed. That's about it.
Shut up right now, Sean. You shut up right now.
You really want me to Google your name?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
You
here.
want me to Google your mugshot?
Google
Hell,
my
look at the
mugshot.
hesitation.
That's a beautiful mugshot.
I've never
That
done
was a
drugs.
beautiful
Get the
mugshot.
fuck out of here right now.
That was
Greg
from
is fucking FBI his ass right now and tell me the real story.
I wouldn't be able to work where I work without, dude. I'm in the ACA database, dude. I passed a
I ain't
federal
never done
background
drugs.
screen.
Get the fuck out of here. I ain't never done drugs. Get the fuck out of here. Bitch, you got a ponytail. Shut the fuck up. You did a lot of drugs.
No, no, never.
That's funny as fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's funny as shit. Oh, you got a Steven Seagal thing going on. You did a lot of drugs. That's what happened. You know?
Yeah, you got to turn around. Let's see that thing
I
real
have
quick.
shit internet connection, but I
Turn
didn't
around.
say that back then.
I watched more Steven Seagal movies with Sean. It was ridiculous. We watched them all together in
He was
85.
the man.
Oh,
That's the only reason why I got long hair is because of him. I was like, I want Dobermans because of Magnum PI. I want long hair because of Steven Seagal.
Hey, I just want a Ferrari because of Magnum PI.
I want a helicopter, motherfucker.
Motherfucking PI. Dude, I make references to that all the time, and the fucking people are like, what the fuck is Magnum PI? I'm like, bitch.
Ferraris and helicopters, bitch. Back off, man. It's a dope game. Nigga, watch out. I said the N-word. Oh, my God. I'm going to email. I'm going to email for that.
Anyways, what, I was talking about micro machines. Didn't mean to get into fucking like. Anyway,
jeans
but
and
yeah,
Sean's dropping
no,
in
I had-
for it. What the fuck happened?
why does it always gotta be on me? God damn it. Anyway, yes, great memories. And then Brent, there was always something. I remember late at night, Brent would call me up and was like, "You want to come over? We would play on this computer. We either play the Nintendo or the computer games. Remember that cannon game on your fucking computer we used to play late at night,
Scorched
where
Earth.
it was like the two cannons on the side? What was it called?
Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, tanks.
Yeah. Yes, that was bad as fuck.
That's like the
So
first
play that
computer game ever.
Yeah,
Our
dude, we
kids would
played
look at
that.
that game and be like,
We
"What
played
the hell is
Nintendo,
this?"
Karate Kid, and like it was like WWF or WC, whatever the fuck it was.
No, I always remember
WCW.
Nintendo.
I got a feeling Brent
college
would give us
football.
the mad history on WWE, WWF, and WCW. I got a feeling that would easily come out.
Well, I could have from
Could've.
20 years ago and before, but I kind of quit
Yeah.
watching it for a while. So here's the
I
funny
always
thing, and
loved-
Adam knows this story already. Either Sean or Dar, I think Sean was there for it. I don't know. One of the two of y'all was there for it. But anyway, so when we moved to Tampa, we moved in next door to a guy named Kofi, and the guy that we rented the house from told us the guy was like a WWE personality or whatever. So no big deal. I kind of looked the guy up. I haven't watched at that point for 17 years or so because I really legitimately quit watching around 2000. To be honest with y'all, The Undertaker took somebody and put him up on a cross, and that was kind of the end of it for me. You went a little bit overboard, and I can't keep supporting you after that. So that was the end of my experience with the WWE. They went a little bit blasphemous, and I'm not a judgmental guy. Like y'all experienced me on this conversation. I've done a lot of stuff. I will still today do a lot of stuff. I'm not going to judge people.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it went a little bit next level for me. So I departed at that point. But we moved here to Tampa, and we moved in next to this guy who I didn't know, but I looked him up. It just happened that he was a tag team champion right there. So, when this guy that we were renting from told me that he was a WWE guy, I figured that he worked for the company. Wasn't a big deal, but I looked him up, and yeah, he was kind of a big deal. He was the tag team champion. So in any event, a year later at WrestleMania last year, he won the WWE championship. So he was the WWE champion, and he's a friend of mine. Like I could text him right now, and I guarantee you he'll respond.
You should do
it. those interactions that we had as kids. And that was the first thing Adam said, right? It was like, I had the WWE characters and the ring and stuff we used to play with. I mean, that was my gig to grow up and become friends, legitimate friends with the WWE champion. It's kind of weird. But he's not anymore. Like
makes sense. Though.
Yeah. I mean, he's lost his belt, and that's how that things go. But the dude's smaller than me, and Greg, you haven't seen me in a while.
Small though, motherfucker. You kind of tall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'1", I'm 200 pounds, but he's 6. Yeah, well, I mean, I wish that I was your weight. I'd be in a lot better shape. But he's 6 foot tall. He's probably 220, 225. At least that's the belly mass. No, he's really not. He's small. If I stand next to him, I promise you, if you stand next to him, you would feel big. For that size guy to have that belt, yeah, he doesn't have the hook.
6 foot and 220 though. Adam, what do you weigh? You don't weigh 220, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, you got to be 6 foot.
I'm 210.
Are you really?
You're 210 right now?
Yeah, I'm 210 right now and 10 pounds cock.
Yeah, I mean you're at 210. At 210, you're heavy for you.
Oh no, for sure. Now,
I would say you're not normally 210.
No, Dar, you remember that? Remember the time we met up at a chicken wing place when I first met your wife?
Yeah.
And we rolled up. I was 238 pounds. I was almost 240 right then. I was fucking jacked.
That's straight football weight.
Wow.
Yeah, I was fucking. Remember, I walked in. You're like, Jesus, Adam, seriously? What the fuck? What are you doing right now? Like, really? What the fuck is happening right now? Yeah, I was jacked. I got invited to an NFL combine. And I got invited to 2 NFL combines in Tampa and Atlanta when I was married down in Marco. And I got the letter and I was like, all right, I'm going to give it one more shot. All right, I'm down. I'm going to do this thing. And that was sometime in July. So I had some time to train and I got up to just about 240 pounds. I was running about a 4.640. I was jacked. I was ready to go. I was coaching high school football at the time. I was ready to go back. And then I had this surgery, man. I had this bulge from my right hip. It was pretty bad, man. And I had this thing they pulled out of me that was about this fucking big, man. They pulled out of my hip, and it wasn't cancerous, but I had like a 12-week recovery after that. And so I missed my shot for the to walk back on again and try out. But when you met me, Dar, that was the time when I was back fucking training again to ball one more time, man. Yeah, I was fucking jacked at that point. I was pretty but I missed that. I was coaching kids at the time and shit. This is the actual day. That's it.
There you go.
That's the day I met you.
I can't release his phone number, so I'm covering it up. But this is conversation with him.
you
right before WrestleMania this week.
Yeah.
You remember that
Holy
day?
shit.
That's when I was jacked. And I met you. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
let me
dude,
meet your wife.
You look like Davey right there.
Yeah, I was jacked right now. I was 240 fucking pounds that day, man. I was like, yeah, let me meet the lady, man.
You know who looks like your brother a lot?
Who?
That I see every time he'll post a picture and I got a back glance.
Who?
It's weird to say, and you might not agree, but Mike Rummel.
Fuck that guy.
Dude, there's some pictures that he posts sometimes. It looks just like your
You got
brother.
problems with Rummel now?
I'm gonna just skip this shit, y'all.
Okay.
That's not allowed.
No,
I mean, you can skip it for now because we're on air, but once we're in Crystal River, you got to let it come out.
I tell y'all that fake motherfucker.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hold that for later.
Subject.
This is one of the most real podcasts I've ever done. So all my listeners that are listening to this going, holy shit, Adam is kind of fucking gangster. This is weird. He's just being kind of mean. Yeah, man.
Hey,
Fuck
you got
him.
them all thinking I'm a psychopath. Sociopath.
You are, Brent. You are. Fuck Mike Rummel. I'm gonna just put that shit out there. Let me just. He did some not cool stuff, man. He did some really not cool stuff after a lot of stuff that I did for him.
Didn't you get that dude out of jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bonded him out. I walked him off a literal ledge twice. I was there for him for a very long time, man. I was doing things for him that most friends would not do, man. You know, and it came to bite me in the end, man. It came to bite me in the end, man.
You see really where the end is. The end is where the beginning is. That's where we all are now.
It was, man.
Not to say that we're the end, but I mean, this is where we all started.
Well,
and this is where we're all going.
I will be honest with you fucks right now, man. I can tell you this, that if tonight I go to sleep and I don't wake up, I'm okay with it.
Word.
I'm okay with it because fuck y'all, man.
Word.
I have.
Don't be mad. Say it.
I'm not, man. I'm gonna go through it like all you fucks.
I love you guys too.
Cheers, Brent.
I can't cheers. It's empty.
Well, my lady will bring me some more right now, baby.
Mine won't. She's in bed. Been in bed for like an hour.
Mine won't either.
Yours sucks anyway, Sean.
All right.
Better for you, Sean. I promise you that.
So, Adam, you can cut this part. Ashley is gone, or what's the deal?
Wait, you ain't gotta cut nothing. What? Ashley's gone? Yes.
Okay, is that why you moved?
She should be gone. She should
Absolutely.
be. She should be gone.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put you out there, but fuck you. When you came to stay with me for a fucking week or two, whenever you did, brother, I couldn't be more happier. I'm just putting it out there. I couldn't be more happier that woman left your life. Because, bro, you were light years above the aura and the light that you shine, what you bring to this earth was only dimmed by that woman that you called your fucking wife at the time. And I'm just being straight fucking forward. I'm being straightforward, and I got people that would back me up on that shit, motherfucker. Like your light
Yeah,
is so
but
bright, Sean. No, not yeah, but fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Ain't no yeah, but nothing. Fuck that shit. Fuck her. She was a dim anxiety trailer park bitch that I ain't fucking with, and I don't have to fuck with no more. Your light is so bright. Yeah, I'm putting it out there, bitch. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm gonna get mad emails and lose subscribers. I don't give a shit. But brother, your
they don't
light,
even know her. So how would you lose
they don't have
subscribers?
to, because I'm talking like an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm just
It's
being
not about
honest,
who the
man. Your
person
light,
is.
that's right.
You're looking out for a brother, man.
Your light is so
That's all
bright,
it-
Sean, and all she did was dim that shit, homie. All she did was dim that shit, bro. I tell you, bro, I love you enough. I tell you, like, hey, you fucking up, man. You need to check yourself and get right with that bitch. I'm glad that she left, because your light can shine as what it can, man. You enlighten the people you work with. You enlighten the people you talk to. You enlighten the people that are around you. I have watched the friends that you call friends that I'm not very friendly with. I'm just going to be honest. The Jason,
I heard that, brother.
the other people around you in Tallahassee that I'm not very fucking friendly with. I'll be honest that you are a leader to those people. You lead them and they follow you. You are a light that shines so bright. A mixture between intellectualism and art and caring and love and those things, man. You shine that shit, Sean. And this bitch didn't do nothing but tint that shit. She did nothing but bring you down to a level to which you don't fucking, you can't, if you can't shit that color, you know what I'm saying? She shits a negative color that you can't even poop. You know what I mean? Like, she can't even keep up with you, dog. I am so glad that fucking bitch is out of your life. I have to be honest. I love you enough to tell you the truth, baby.
I don't know her. I don't know her.
You
I've never known her, but he ain't wrong.
I met her enough. She came to my house. The way she told me to resign to anxiety, the way that she told me to just conform to what life is supposed to be. And the brother, when you walk into, I feel like I'm Hulk Hogan right now, brother. When you walk into a room, you light that bitch up with love, with expectation, with light, with challenge. And all she did was dim that shit. All she did was dim that shit, man. And I knew, I came to your fucking wedding, you asshole. I stood there as your best man, and
I
I
wasn't
gave
invited.
a speech and shit.
I'm saying.
But if you go back and watch that speech, I gave that speech to you, not to her. And I'm glad she ain't around. I'm glad she ain't around, because you're a brighter light because of it. You're a brighter light because of it. And I'm telling you, man, I'm a little overprotective at this moment. I have to be honest with you all motherfuckers out there. I love my people, I love my friends, I love my brothers. So I'm overprotective right now, and I'm not being very therapeutic, but I don't give a fucking shit, because I love Sean. Fuck that bitch. That's my therapeutic diagnosis right there.
Fuck, I'm so fucker. I don't know where it is.
I'm gonna lose subscribers because of
He
that
told
shit.
me.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, Sean.
Here's the thing that I'm gonna recommend, Sean. If you can't invite us all next time,
Yes, sir.
you don't need to be married.
That's right, Brent, because he fucking knew. He fucking knew.
I get okay. To be honest, I want to invite everybody. I was told no more than 25 people. I cooked for my own fucking wedding.
Yes,
I
we
did a
did.
lot to cut corners.
Yes,
and do it.
we did. We all cooked your
You were
wedding.
told by who?
Satan's little helper.
All right. So, like I said, if we're not all invited next time, she don't need to be married.
Okay, fair
All right.
enough. Bet.
Look at this.
Yes.
My lady is checking on me right now, Sean. Look, she knows I'm sensitive about this topic. Can you read what she's saying? I get pissed off. I get pissed off about this topic. I do. I get upset about this shit. I will go off that fucking redheaded toothless bitch.
Jesus Christ.
She's from Tallahassee, Greg.
I get mad, man. I be getting mad, man.
She wasn't fucking toothless, but she might as well have been.
In my
But
life,
anyway, whatever.
well, you deserve more, you motherfucker. You deserve more. You're a great person, and you're dude. Those times you came to see me the first time we lived New Smyrna Beach, and you came down here, and we went out to the fucking bar. We was hanging, we was videoing shit, man. Motherfucker, you had me laughing my ass off, man. And then I always got this negative bitch on some. She says some shit. I'm like, well, that's negative and upsetting. Why would you say that right now? We're having a great time. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? I don't like you anymore right now. Shauna's being hilarious, and you just have to be mad at this stuff. But I get mad at that. I do. I get protective. I get fucking protective, man. And look, talking to all you fuckers right now, I've come to tears at least twice. Talking to all of you motherfuckers right now, man. I've come to tears more times in my life than I have probably my whole life, man. And, you know, I don't. Fuck y'all, man.
It's your turn, man. You got to tell us where we all came from. Did you see us coming here?
Fuck you guys, man.
I didn't even have to finish. Finish it up, Adam. Do it. No, okay. All right. I'm gonna segue into the next. All right, Brent. Did I already explain Brent? Did I already explain? I don't fucking know. Anyway,
I don't think you got that far.
yeah.
You didn't get the door, Sean. You didn't get the door. You
Okay.
covered Greg, Sean, or Greg, Brent. You didn't get the door.
Dar and I have had a long, extensive future. Love them to fucking death. Actually, like you said, like it was a lot where it was us three together quite a bit through sports, through playing, every fucking thing. It was the fucking Lowrys is what my family always said. It was like, are you going to go play with the Lowrys? Yes, I'm going to go play with the Lowrys. Matter of fact, there was quite a bit of times that when I would go over to Dar's house and we would look at, I fell in love with Dar's dad's car. Was it a 280ZX? Was it a 280ZX that your dad was building?
Always
You
a
know the
long
blue
boat.
car that was sitting in the garage?
Oh, he
What
built
was the
that for
blue
my
car?
sister. That was a 280.
Yeah. The 280 fucking
280Z.
Yes.
That dude
Yeah.
got a 66 Mustang for Dar to drive around. The red one with the racing stripes.
Oh, I remember that thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, I
I
did
almost
too.
broke my neck at Dar's house. We were jumping on the trampoline in the backyard. And I don't think I jumped off the roof. That's when everyone was jumping off the roof. I don't remember if I jumped off the roof or I was No, I think I did. Anyway, I jumped and then landed into the fucking between the springs with my head down and my body went this way. And I fucking remember when I used to have to wear that fucking neck brace on my neck. Do you guys remember that
I don't
shit?
remember
Or am I just being crazy?
No,
I don't know,
I'm sure it
whatever.
happened.
I did
I
that
do remember
shit.
jumping off the roofs of the trampoline, so you got some validation there.
Yeah.
I remember Adam
Yeah, I
Adam
got
Wright
fucking
broke his
snapped my
nose
fucking
17
neck.
times on that
I remember-
trampoline.
Yeah. And then the orange fights, we used to throw oranges at each other in the fucking orange groves behind your house. Dude, you remember the time I threw the orange and like it must have hit somebody's house and made this huge, I think I probably busted somebody's fucking window. And we split, we ran different directions. And I ran to my house and all of a sudden I hear, I don't think you can hear a knock sound, but there was a knock at the fucking door. And I remember sitting in my parents' room and my dad was like, what the hell are you doing sitting in our room watching TV? And I was like, I'm just, I just wanted to watch TV in the room. He's like, weren't you playing with Dar and them? And I was like, nope, wasn't at all. He was like, okay, whatever. So I was sitting in there and then I get the knock at the door. And then like my dad comes in the room. He's like, there's some neighbor at the house saying you threw an orange through their fucking window. And I was like, I don't remember that.
No. Just watch the TV, Dad.
But yeah, no. So yeah, long story short, I threw an orange through somebody's window in your neighborhood when we were having orange fights over the fence. I don't know if you even remember that. Do you remember that at all? Vaguely. Well, we all have fucking vague memories. I definitely remember that shit because I got my ass whipped. And yeah, that was one of the stories. But mostly the memories I used to cherish the most is like when we played football and your dad would pick us up and take us home and would always take us to the Circle K.
Slurpees.
Or 7-Eleven. It was
that was
7-Eleven?
Coach Styles,
7-Eleven.
motherfucker. Coach Styles would pick us up.
No,
No, that was my
Coach
dad.
Styles' balls hanging out of it. That was baseball. Coach Styles' balls was
Yeah,
hanging
Johnny
out of
Styles was a baseball coach.
his
Creepy.
Yeah, Coach Styles was baseball. Dar's dad would take us home, and he would take us to 7-Eleven.
It wasn't 7-Eleven.
And always get us this.
It was Cumberland Farms.
Was it Cumberland Farms?
Yeah, it was right out
Cumberland
the
Farms.
practice field.
Silver Star and Blueford.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we
it
get
was-
Slurpees.
Yeah, it
and
was
shit.
Silver Star, but it was,
Every single time. Your dad would buy us those fucking ices or whatever the fuck they were called.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, get an icy, man, every single fucking time.
Yeah, that
every
was
single
football
time. And
practice. My dad was our coach.
Yeah, and dude, I cherish that shit to this moment. And I always remember that, dude. Dad was always like I always looked at your dad as like a fucking cordial giant. And he was just big as fuck. But maybe because I'm like 4'3", but whatever. Yeah, dude. I remember that shit. That was fucking good, dude. And then, yeah, that was like, I don't know, man. I just miss fucking being with y'all because I lost, like, I don't have as many memories as you guys as far as like past being 14. I just remember us all being together.
You got the good stuff, man. I mean, after we turned that age, seriously, once you left,
yeah, that's pretty when it all died. Yeah,
I still lived there for another 2 years or so, but it was different, man. It was seriously different. And I told you the fight night that you came to down here in Orlando, fucking miss you guys, and not just you as people. I don't mean that the wrong way, but I miss what we had, and I miss all the memories we could have made in that time period. And I'm not blaming you for leaving. Obviously, it wasn't your choice. And even if you would have stayed, we probably still would have scattered, because the rest of us did. I mean, Dar was there, Greg was there, Adam was there, and we just kind of went our own ways. It was all different. But I miss what could have been in that time period if we would have all stayed and would have all been that. If we'd have been what we were,
Dude, we had the days like Halloween. We would like do scary houses, fucking ditch stadium shit. Fucking when it was pouring down rain, we dug that big ass hole in ditch stadium, which is probably still there to this day. I don't even fucking know.
It's still there.
It is.
We dug that big ass fucking hole. We rolled like fucking cars through that shit. We did a bunch of shit through there. We rode our bikes like every fucking where we went. We rode our bikes to school. You remember? I don't know who remembers this shit, but I definitely vividly remember this shit. Like coming home from fucking school, and like the last day of school and the first day of school, we took bubble gum out of our fucking mouth and we slapped it on that fucking sign right there before that house behind the gates.
Oh yeah.
And that's when the van came out and hit Adam, and like it was either Dar or Adam or anybody who flew off the fucking bike, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if it was a butler or whoever the fuck. That house that was supposedly haunted right there, right before we got
Tom West's
school.
house.
That was
Yeah. But I remember, do you guys remember putting the fucking bubble gum on there and like over the years,
the speed limit
like,
sign,
the
and it
guns
fell
would
off.
be black and shit, it was still on the fucking sign, dude. I don't know. I remember that shit. I remember when J.R. Workman would stay in the fucking middle of the road and like wait for cars to come by, and like, this motherfucker's crazy. That was the craziest shit that you'd see going on. Like we put little Hot Wheels in the middle of the road, watch people run over that. We'd build. You remember when we build weapons and fucking like run at each other and like have these little wars?
When you and I had a little weapon issue, and you built a weapon, I built a weapon. You come out your house, I come out my house. I meet you in the street. You're like, "Oh yeah, you got this? All right, bitch. I'm gonna go back to the garage. We build some shit. I meet you in the middle and build weapons, man. And meet you.
Yeah, crazy.
Dude, I wanted to be a weapons designer. You can still ask my pops to this day. I wanted to be a weapons designer.
You got
and he was like
327 guns right now. Like, what the fuck with your arsenal? It's ridiculous.
I have a lot of guns, yes.
A lot? You have a fucking arsenal, you fucking psycho. There's about 467 guns at your house right now.
Oh, take that since my dad's retired and multiply that.
I have a CO2 powered handgun that I will trade you.
Touche.
You can trade me Darcy gun for anything. Dude.
I got a potato gun that does some shit you ain't never seen before. I got a potato gun. I swear to God, I burn your eyebrows off. I swear to God.
That's a relic right there. That's the shit Indiana Jones used to put on the fucking rock and trade it out for the sandbag. Yeah, fucking yeah. So yeah, man, I got a lot of good memories, but like I said, they're premature in comparison to like the adult years. But no, man, I think you probably guys are right. Like I have nothing but good memories. I mean, nothing was crazy.
It's kind of all where they stopped me because I don't really remember none of the memories after you left.
I remember when Adam and Dar. You remember when we would sit there and fucking Adam? We were in his driveway. We would do the acorn fights and shit like that.
Oh god, yeah, I remember busting my head in a tree.
Adam had this big ass Snickers bar, and he's like, "Let me punch you guys in the stomach as hard as I can, and whoever can hold it, I'm gonna give you the Snickers bar." Adam would always have us in competition with shit. I always remember that shit. And I remember distinctly when I was staying the night at Adam's house a lot, Davey, do you remember when Davey would fucking do the titty twister fucking thing?
Yeah.
No.
And he would hold it up on his fucking nipples and shit like that?
Weird.
Huh? What'd you say?
What'd you say?
That motherfucker had them glow in the dark boxers. He would do
That's
some
when
weird
I was.
shit.
I remember that. That shit was funny. They were
That's the stuff that
Christmas
makes me want to
lights.
keep my kids in jujitsu so they could armbar his ass and put his ass out.
Dude, no, what Adam's talking about is your brother had those glow in the dark Christmas light boxers, and we would sleep on the pull-out couch in the family room, and his brother had the room all the way back the hall to the left. But when you turn them lights out, man, it would be pitch black. So I remember that one night we were on a pull-out couch, and your brother comes out. You can't see him. All you see is these glow-in-the-dark boxers, and he's playing with them, like just messing like this, and they're doing all these stupid little crazy things with them, and you can't see him at all. And then all of a sudden, they just fall to the ground. Boom! I don't know why, man. That was some funny
Davey
shit
got
when we were kids.
naked.
Huh?
He fuck with you.
Well, like I said, we couldn't see him.
Yeah, that's right. You couldn't see him. Like the Invisible Man. He wears clothes you can't see him.
Hey,
Man.
that shit was funny.
So as we wrap this podcast up, man, from the lives that we've lived, the lives that we've shared, the stories and the narratives that we've compared, as we look at each other's lives and wonder where we came from, where we started, and where we've evolved to, the way we've talked about each other, like, holy shit, your story seems to match what I remember, dude. As we seem to go from here, I noticed that most of these people, y'all faces, they really seem clear. But if you look at me later in life, I'm the one with the build down tight. Like, you may not remember me later in life, but maybe Adam's not the one that's supposed to be here. I look at you all like you have perfect lives and kids and reasons and things to be here. But after this, I'm not so sure, man, that the way I've chosen the fucking choices I've made is the way you're supposed to be. But I love you guys, and I promise you this, that my friends mean the most to me. That in a podcast like this, we can share stories and we can reminisce, and we can go back and say, hey, man, Greg, Brent, Sean, Dar, do you remember this? Those are the things that mean something to me. Those are the things I'm going to take to the grave with me. Those are the times and the moments where I can say, holy shit, I lived a life, see? And it doesn't take a kid or a marriage or a family to remember that, G. It just takes all of us sitting here in some Zoom virtual meeting, G, to say, yeah, I remember that shit. Do you remember it too? Me too. From Greg to Brent to Sean to Dar, man, I love all of y'all. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what my life would mean past all of this without all of y'all. Because no matter the accomplishments, the books, the businesses, the bank accounts, or the kids, or anything past all of this shit, my friends, my Goonies were the ones that made all of this. Because without a backstory and a narrative, I can't write the future to this. I can't write about, hey, guess what? We did some things that you may not even remember past all of this. And Dar, please tell your Xavier kid all of this. And Brent, tell your two boys most of this shit. And Greg, please minimize the shit you tell your daughters, bitch. Because most of this shit you don't need to see. And Sean, me and you, we're the ones without the kids, bitch. So after this, we can get drunk and stay up to 4 a.m. Nobody cares, bitch. But
You have fun with that.
John,
What are you
most
talking
of
about? I'm totally doing
I
that.
can tell you this. I ain't got no 401k. I ain't got no retirement, G. I ain't got no money put aside so I can fucking pay for my kids' college, G. And I ain't really flipped around in my mind to change most of the gangster that's inside of me. But I can promise you this, Greg, Brent, Dar, and Sean, I love all of you like you're my brother, G. And I apologize that I wasn't there when time were tough and life was calling on me. And I couldn't be your best friend, G. But I swear to God, in this moment right now, I can only convey that you're probably the most special part of my life today. And I can't say that much more than if I said it twice today, that all of y'all are the most special part of my life today. That I get to tell this story when I'm sitting on Zoom in some virtual fucking COVID pandemic moment, see? But I'm glad that we got to sit around here and talk about our fucking memories. Because if I could go back, Greg, I swear to God, I'll be there for you, G. And Brent, I'll hold you tight in them lonely nights when you thought you was the only one, G. And cuz I go back and change a lot of things between you and me. But you know, if everybody fuck with you, they gonna have to fuck with me. And Sean, you know it, G. You left since the 7th grade, but man, truthfully, you've been always close to me. And I'll kill anybody for any of y'all motherfuckers. I swear to God, just test me, B. I love y'all from the other side, from this side to the other side. And if I'm the one that decides to die tonight, from the 5 of us that just checks out best on statistics and ride, I'll toast to all of y'all and tell y'all I love y'all tonight. I'll do it again,
Love you too, man.
no matter what it meant and what it cost tonight. I love y'all more than motherfucking life.
You do. Until June.
Word.
Until June.
Y'all gonna make me even clamped and shit. I'm crying, rhyming. Shit's weird for me, man. I don't that you all may not know the darkness that I saw in my life when I was a kid, but each one of your houses, I found safety each time. Whether it was Brent's house and we were hanging out in the basement, playing with them WCW wrestlers and shit, or I fucking hung out at Dar's house and I was like, hey, I'm gonna crash here tonight. Or I was at Sean's house and we was up playing Contra, eating pickles all into the late night. Or I crashed at Greg's house playing micro machines and shit, knowing he felt the same pain that I felt tonight. All of us, man, I thank y'all for being my haven through my childhood, right? Thank y'all, man. I love y'all very much, man.
Love you too, man.
No doubt, brother. We love
Cheers,
you too.
bro.
Couple more months, we're gonna get together and we're gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah, we got to do that, right? So this was nice, but we gotta get together in person and just catch up, a little closer.
Yeah, I don't care if it's Crystal fucking River, Virginia, North Carolina.
Whatever.
Let's just please pick some place and pick the time and let's do that. Because I'm fucking way open, man. I don't care. I don't care where.
You gotta let me know ahead of time so I can just take the time. I got plenty of time I gotta take off. Especially after all this shit. I'm taking
right
time. You
now,
already
take a
know.
vote. We got 5 people uneven. Virginia, North Carolina, Crystal River. Where's the votes at? Let's go.
All right.
You gotta know where I gotta go to transport where I gotta go.
Greg, you want to stop recording?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead and stop that.